gentlemen.
Oh boy.
Before we even start, warning. If you are anywhere near a credit card, if you are anywhere near your bank details, hide them. Because when we start showing off the pre-orders, the third-party stuff, which is up for a pre-order now, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you. And I cannot be held responsible for it. I can't get any more emails. I can't get any more tweets from you saying, "As you fucking bastard."
I know.
I have just spent a fortune on this, and this.
Well, and also the people that tell us that we're ruining their relationships with their parents, their loved ones, their spouses, significant others. This is not our fault.
No,
this is you have the wrong parents and you have the wrong significant others is really what it comes down to.
Yeah, love finds a way.
Yeah,
and if she can't understand, it wasn't meant to be. Sorry.
And if he can't understand it, it wasn't meant to be.
If he can't understand it, get him out.
Yeah,
get him out. That's it. That's even worse. Women have a little bit of an excuse because they are in a minority with this stuff. Men, no.
And we say that as not, toxic men. It's just true. There's a truth.
We are testosterone-driven males.
Well, yes, as all are. I mean, come on. Life will find a way.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of people in California.
Oh, come on now. We have a strapping, genetically superior bunch. Then again, it is California. What are you gonna do?
California. God damn it. Oh my goodness me. There is so much.
Dude, this week, I'm telling. First of all, I don't know. Is he coming on later or no?
Justin can't make it this week.
Yeah, but let me just say,
I did contact him and he said, I'll try.
Yeah.
And I said, don't put too much undue pressure on yourself because I know it's an ungodly hour because I've now gone through daylight saving. Robert already has gone through daylight saving. So Justin lost an hour.
Yeah.
Another hour.
Yes, he did.
So it's now 6 a.m. where Justin is. So he messaged me before he went to bed and he said, I'm not going to make it this week, but we're going to go through a daylight saving. And going forward, I might be able to make it.
Good, because if he's not going to be here, can I say something?
Sure.
Fuck that guy. I love Justin Kane. I do. But between the videos he puts up and the texts, he sends me texts. He sends me links. He's all week long. I get stuff. And I'm like, okay, wait. Rent's due or house payments due. Phone bill. I'm getting sweaty. And I'm like, he's much younger than I am. His heart can take it. But I every time I get something, I'm like,
this is weird because I've been like zen as fuck with his channel this week. I've been like, what? I've been watching these videos and being like,
see, I mean, he keeps sending me things that I've never heard of and don't know about, and I'm like, then it just goes in my mind like that just adds to the list of things, and I just see the numbers clicking up. It's like the American national debt. It just keeps going up, and no one seems to be doing anything about it. And Justin's like, "Hey, get this, get that, get this." I'm like, "Thanks a lot, you Aussie." No, I'm just kidding. Just for people to know, I'm kidding. I love Justin.
Yeah.
This was I was doing ironic sarcasm as a humorous bit.
Sideshow took some money off me this week.
Ooh.
Because something has arrived in stock.
Should I give you a drum roll?
Ladies and gentlemen, arriving in the next 10 days or so, Endgame Captain America.
Wait a minute. Does that mean I'll finally get mine? Mine's paid off.
Don't know, bitch.
Paid off months ago, bruh. I didn't get no shipping notice.
I got told it's in stock. We're going to take your money on Tuesday. That was yesterday. They took my money Tuesday. It's now in preparing to ship, which means it normally ships within 3 to 4 days. Then it takes 3 days to get to the UK.
I've been waiting for this figure. I've had this figure on pre-order for 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's paid off. How come I get no shipping notice?
I got my heavy Mando before you as well.
I know. Bruh. And I live in the same area code. Well, not. I mean, they're just down the road an hour. Come on now.
Come on, man.
Although I will say this. I did get a notice from Sideshow, and you know what I've been paying off? I've been paying off my Infinity War Iron Patriot with the Don Cheadle head sculpt.
Oh, I've got that on pre-order.
And they pushed mine another month, the final payment, into May.
Okay.
I mean, not terrible, but another figure because I can see when I order these. That's another figure, from like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Oh man, there's so much candy to this week though. I'm sure there's stuff which that I haven't got up, but I've got 4 tabs open already for five products. Okay?
Oh wait.
How many do you got?
Well, in terms of things that are from this week that they announced? Well, okay. They announced a new.
Whoa. Dude, foreplay. Come on.
Okay, you're right. Ladies first. Hang on. I'm pretty good at foreplay. At least I've been told. So hold on. There are. Oh, dude, I'm looking at some. Oh,
I tell you what. I'll show off something I never thought I would see. I think you should have seen this by now, but I didn't send it to you because it only arrived about an hour ago.
Oh, then I probably haven't seen it.
So I'm going to share this. And this is freaking incredible.
Oh, yeah. This is what Justin did to me. This is one of the things. And by the way, this also went up for pre-order today. At Toys Wonderland.
Yeah. So we got Vision in his work suit from WandaVision. This is third party, folks. This isn't official. The head sculpt looks pretty damn good. But let's be honest, it's the dead face that absolutely seals the deal with this one. There's your little WandaVision cosplay diorama.
Yeah, and this is Justin sent this to me, and he said he didn't even he sends it to me. He's so passive aggressive. He's like, I need this in my life.
Yeah,
but he sends it to me. I'm like, he doesn't say, I think you might be interested in this. He's just, I need this in my life. Meaning, he's gaslighting me because he knows I want it in my life too.
Oh yeah.
Gotta love that guy.
that's half the fun, baby.
It is, and it comes with the original Vision costume if you want to display him that. So basically, you have to buy.
Oh yeah, sorry. Let me show some images off, folks, because this isn't just it. This is what Robert and I were talking about weeks ago.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that it's because we were discussing it, but it's a popular show. What can I say? He comes with the Halloween Vision costume. Oh. Ah! This is just amazing. That is superb.
Bruh.
That is absolutely superb. Because you could put that on Vision's body and have, you could have Thanos taking out the
I know
the stone.
That's a thing. You can get multiple bodies now, and yeah.
Oh, and he did a black and white. Oh man!
Come on,
Jeez, just absolutely fantastic. Oh, I love I love the way they've used the set too.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
The still frames and I mean, come on.
Oh man.
Yeah, dude.
If they do this, to me, it says that Scarlet Witch might be coming with a Halloween costume.
Oh,
on.
Yeah. I mean, look at that. Just
Oh yeah, that's just great. That is really, really great. So yeah, Vision with Death Head and Halloween costume with the baby boys. Death hands, alive hands, and you can just see there's a WandaVision base. They've actually, instead of just doing a bog standard base, they've actually created something with that one. That is beautiful.
Boosh, as you say.
Boosh.
Yeah, I mean, I look at this kind of stuff and I think to myself,
what a wonderful world.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I think to myself. And you look at this kind of thing, and this is the kind of thing that we're getting. Now, we should mention this is a third-party figure, and it's a shame in a way that Hot Toys didn't. They don't release figures usually with multiple. They kind of have sometimes, but not usually anymore. I mean, this should have been a comprehensive release where you got two bodies and all this stuff as one big release from Hot Toys. I mean, I understand. Why the economics, and they're like, does everybody, I think that not everybody would necessarily want all of these things, because like you said, if you have a Thanos, you can have him plucking out, you can put that head on the body and have him plucking it out, and
somebody said, what about the turtleneck? Well, this is the beauty, the body's here. The body's here, so all you have to do is go to a third-party outfitter.
Yeah,
and there's plenty out there, and I guarantee you they'll be doing stuff like this. They'll be doing the polar necks and the turtlenecks and the sweaters and all that kind of stuff. So if you wanted a specific time frame within the show, hell, you could they might even release a black and white head.
Right, absolutely. And we should point out there are two versions of this figure that you can pre-order. There's the man in the suit, Vision in his suit, and then there's the deluxe version that comes with everything. And the only difference in price, US dollar wise, between the deluxe and the standard version, dude, check it out. The difference in price at Toys Wonderland, the standard version is $134.99, and the deluxe version is $166.99.
Yeah, I
$32.
Yeah, it's the same. It was the same when they did the last deluxe version. It was $30 difference, and it was just crazy because of all the extras that you got. I mean, I have to have it. I got to have it. I mean, I thought the show was 50% good. I thought the first 5 episodes were great, and then when Sword came in, I think went to shit. But Paul Bettany and Elizabeth Olsen were phenomenal.
Yeah,
the frustrating element was the show fell apart when they took the two characters apart and they split them up. Because those two were their chemistry, and they were working so great together. They really, really were. So I got a lot of time for Paul Bettany. I had a lot of time for the first 5, 6 episodes. So this to me, I'm taking it.
Yep,
I'm having that. I'm gonna drink.
No, it's an incredible figure, and we are living in a wonderland
world.
Third party figures. Yes.
You start the songs, I'll finish them. Okay?
Yeah, there you go. No, but this is what makes 6 quarter scale, 6 scale collecting so much fun.
Yeah, you're spot on, dude. I don't want this to sound negative, because it's not negative, because Hot Toys produce incredible stuff.
Yeah.
But it's the little offbeat ones that really kind of seal the deal at times, And it would be so great to see Hot Toys do this, to actually say, come on, let's license a few. We've got the license. Let's play with this. Let's see
also,
what we can...
yeah, I mean, look at the price. This deluxe version is $166.99. Sideshow with their markup when they bring it to America. I mean, obviously, if you buy this from Toys Wonderland, where it's available now, it comes from Hong Kong, and the shipping to America is expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, even if it was $100 for shipping, so you're or $90 for shipping or whatever, it's like buying an American Hot Toy, and you're getting all this extra stuff.
You can get this at Toys Wonderland.
Toys Wonderland right now, and it's $166.99 US.
Hajib Gamer, they have a Titan or two Titans on Sideshow, Collectibles, sideshow.com. I don't know. I think they're still in the pre-order state. I'll have a look-see. But because I was keeping my eye on, because I wouldn't have minded a Hunter. I wouldn't have minded a Hunter Destiny figure, but if put Destiny in, they were definitely making them.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. Okay. Okay. Let me just log out, sign out, and let's make somebody's day, shall we? Let's put Destiny, and then Destiny. Here we go. Right, let's bring this up. So let's stop that. And then let's jump to Boosh. So here we got Warlocks. So we have this Warlock here. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. 6 scale. That's a 1 in 6. And that's
sweet, dude.
Look at that.
Wow.
Oh, hello. I'm so sorry. Look, I will say this only one more time. I'm not responsible. I'm not responsible for people spending.
Your lawyer has told you to say that, huh?
I show the crack. It's up to you whether or not you take it. Is that cold? That's cold thingamajiggy, isn't it? What's it called? Cold Heart. That's my favorite legendary. That's my favorite legendary.
That's a badass figure, dude.
I think I'm gonna have to pre-order it. But that's just the Warlock. Now, if I jump back, sorry, that's the that's the Warlock. But then we have the gold trace shade. So we've got different shader for it. So this one is in the black shader. Look at that.
Yeah, bad. That's badass, dude.
And then we got a couple of hunters in here as well.
Mm.
There's a happy bunny in the chat. Because they released the Titan first, but now they've got the hunter. Oh my god. Oh man. Dude. Uriel's gift is the there you go. That's Uriel's gift auto rifle. I like that auto. Sorry, it was like an orgasm. It was like an orgasm of pain, but pleasure. Because I know I got to have these. But is the Titan now gone? Let me scroll us down. The Titan is gone. So the Titan must have come into stock and gone out of stock. But it depends what you play and what you want. But I'm going to take that. I'm going to take this shader, the Callus's shader for both. for both the Hunter and the oh my.
I think you're getting out your wallet.
I cannot be responsible to myself. I have a payment which goes into my PayPal. It's a small payment, but it goes into my PayPal, and I just sort of leave it, to every now and again, and it's kind of got to like for $330, £330 actually at the minute. That's both of those. That's both of those paid for. Okay, pre-shipping and import fees for me, but still, all it is for me is shipping and import fees. God damn it! I've got these Socron pre-orders. Don't worry about that. Holy cow! We've just started and we've already gone to I will show you the world. Shining, shimmering splendor. Tell me, Prince.
Are you a song and dance man? I mean, you know those you know that music?
Sorry, yes, I am. I'm a pop star. I am a charted pop star.
By the way, how is what is it, Waterman? What's the official title?
Ocean Man. Meltdown Ocean Man. We got to 70 in the UK iTunes charts. We did get to number 2 in the UK iTunes electronic charts.
Oh, that's the most important. Come on now.
Which is so we got a number 2. I did a number 2. So there you go. Hajib Gamer, I gotta say, I'm actually quite happy with you, to be honest with you, because you're always talking about Destiny in your videos, and then you put out a Destiny gameplay video. You made me get back onto Destiny 2. I played a little bit of Destiny 2 on Sunday, and I enjoyed it a lot. So I think I'm gonna play some more. Got the season pass and everything. Oh man, dude, you could take it out of my hands, please, Robert.
Well, first of all, I just want to say that one of my viewers, a guy named Michael Brown, up in my neck of the woods in the PNW, he acquired and sent me a PlayStation 5.
Oh man.
And I have to say, first of all, it's an incredible machine. I've been playing with it, technically, the technical specs, and all I've played is the introduction. Yeah, the game that controller is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And I really haven't because I haven't played Ghost of Tsushima yet, which is what I haven't played it. And I was watching a video that was comparing the 60 frame rate with like there's a game, it's something Alone. It starts out with a motorcycle chase through the woods. I don't know if it's a zombie game or not, but I was watching a video about the different frame rates between the PlayStation 5. The PlayStation 5 is a beast of a machine. I mean, it is a really amazing.
I have PlayStation 5. I have Xbox Series X.
Yeah, I don't have an Xbox, but I've always been a PlayStation guy, and it's the Blu-ray player in it is incredible.
I think it's Days Gone that you're talking about.
Days Gone, that's exactly what it was. And I was watching this.
That is free.
Oh,
as part of the PlayStation Plus for April.
Oh,
so if you have a and pretty much you should have a PlayStation Plus membership. If you do have a PlayStation Plus membership, one of April's free games is Days Gone.
Okay, then I will. I haven't signed up for anything. I was going to renew. I mean, my old PlayStation member. I started the PlayStation 3 days. Actually, the PlayStation 2 days. But so I want to start afresh, start fresh. And
by the time the PlayStation came out, I was balls deep into my gaming life. Master System, Mega Drive. Then, but I couldn't afford a PlayStation 1.
What, you know, it's funny. I mean, now that with Elizabeth, the real question is, like, I think I have a Twitch stream that I haven't used, and I think I'm going to do, Elizabeth and I are going to start gaming together and do like live Twitch streams, which would be hilarious because we trash talk and talk a bunch of shit just for fun.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, like, from your opinion, what is the best you know what's coming out, and I wanted it so bad. Have you seen the preview for the Hot Wheels game?
No.
There's a Hot Wheels driving game, and I was looking at the preview last time. I'm like, I want September.
They were great on the PlayStation.
It doesn't come out until September, and it looks incredible. And I'm like, oh, I love driving games. I wish I could get Burnout. I wish they'd do a new version of Burnout. But I love the Burnout franchise. Burnout and SSX, the snowboarding.
SSX 3 was my jam.
Dude, it was so. I played. Actually, I probably lost a year of my life playing SSX 3.
I don't know. I've literally lost a year of my life playing World of Warcraft. Probably a bit more, actually. But anyway, I know we're sidetracked. I just want to give a shout out. But if you play Ghost of Tsushima, you got to get Elizabeth to sit with you and watch, because it's unreal. And it's a game, and you can play it like a game, but it's also like watching an incredible movie.
Yeah.
And that game had me.
But it's interesting to watch the videos that people have looked at, like the PlayStation 5 version of it at 60 frames. You know, that's what I got. Days Gone, and I like the people that go into the in-depth, because I'm really interested in the technical specs of it all. So, yeah. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, they put the and also with that, like Destiny, they have actually now put the upgrade on it, so you do get the 60 frames a second with the which is cool. But there've been so many. Final Fantasy VII Remake was oh my god, so many absolute beauties. Beauty.
No, it's great. But dude, there were other pre-orders that came out this week that you know, and you know what they are.
Yeah, I'm not allowing you to show off the big boy. I want to show that.
No, I wouldn't show it. I can't show it off. That's
you could, but I mean, I would have to kill it.
It's your this is your show.
This is our show.
Right, but it's
I'm being selfish.
But you're in the driver's seat. It's your, you drive. Come on.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. It's our show, but it's our show, but okay. Let's keep it. Let's leave the big. I can show you the world. Let's leave the big boy to later as the cum shot. But I want to show this off because I gotta have it. This isn't a figure.
No argument from me.
This isn't a figure. This is a head sculpt. And the head sculpt is, yes,
dude,
it's Ezra Miller's Flash from the not from the Justice League now. Thank you. It's the Ezra Miller face sculpt, which should have come with the Hot Toys release of the Flash. So this body is actually the Hot Toys.
Yes.
Flash body.
And that head is made to fit on the body as well.
And this has been made specifically, and that is incredible.
Dude. Again, this was something Justin sent me. And like, he knows when he sends me stuff like this, you can't go, oh, I might get that. No. That's like, that is the equivalent of a mountain of uncut Peruvian flake sitting in front of you on the table, just there, waiting. Tony Montana style, you stick your nose in it and just you inhale deeply like at the end of Scarface, except it's an Ezra Miller head sculpt.
If you're gonna go inside.
Come on. Say hello to my little friend, Ezra Miller.
Now I know Ezra Miller is quite polarizing as a person, but I separate church from state, and
that's the Flash, dude. It's the Flash.
Yeah, it's the Flash. That's the way that I view it, and it's gives me an option. It gives me options for when I get the Batcave, which is gonna happen sooner rather than later, which is great. But you know, I'm gonna get the Batcave. I'm gonna have the Justice League Justice Mobile. I'm gonna have the computer. I'm gonna have the moducases, so I can kind of create almost a scene with that. As I try and create a small but specific Batcave. But I think it's a great face sculpt. That is a great.
It is a great face sculpt.
Look at that. That is spot on. That is something else, man. So you can have a little bit more relaxed. Maybe do you know what? You could get like a third party 1-in-6 pizza.
Oh yeah,
and he could be like holding the pizza and eating the pizza in the Batcave.
Mm-hmm.
We have to think about these things, people. We have to think.
Well, when you get module cases, the DX, they're big, so you can fill them with diorama displays.
Mm-hmm. That's the plan.
Yeah.
Because if I went for the smaller versions, I'm literally just fitting, a little bit of wiggle room, but I'm literally just fitting the 1-in-6s in. I wanted the bigger.
Me too. You got to go for the DXs are deep, and you can make them multi-layered. Like if you did a DX case and put your Bat computer when you eventually get it up, it could be elevated. You could have Bruce Wayne, and then the league below with the Justice Mobile. Dude, Hulk, I mean, come on now. You could even carve out like cave walls out of like foam.
Yeah.
Spray paint them, spray paint it up and have them behind.
There is a really intricate technique for creating water as well.
Oh my God. Well,
which involves I'm gonna give it a few attempts, see how I can see what happens when I try and do that, and if it's looking good, then I can get the waterfall down there. And I need God, this is such a first world show. I need to have my Alfred.
Somebody's got to make a good Jeremy Irons. I would love that.
I've got to have him in his khaki pants with his SAS top and apron and tea set. I love that tea scene in Zack Snyder's Justice League.
And when you build the cave, you have to have Wonder Woman and Alfred making tea. Yeah,
that was such a great scene.
It was great.
So we got the head sculpt as you look at a younger version of Churchill. Thank you. Great stuff. Speaking of Batcaves, I'm not going to get this. I'll tell you why, but I'm going to share it. Robert shared this with me, and it is fantastic. Don't get me wrong. Again,
I just want to say that Justin sent this to me as well. I was just passing along the news.
Yeah, no, I get that. This is if you obviously, because the Bat computer was ridiculous from
Jazz Inc.
From Jazz Inc. So I'm I'm going to pass because this is literally segments of it. This is like segments of it.
Yeah.
But this is a much more affordable micro Batcave which you can utilize. So we have the part of the computer And you can see the way that they've stylized the top.
Yes.
As if to say there's more, and they've stylized the side as if to say there's more panels. You can see that. It is literally like they've cut a chunk out and removed it. That is the chair, of course, that he has in the cave. Very good on the spine and the neck. A little bit of a Superman newspaper keyboard on the top there as well. We've got the Batwing, some stats about that as well. There's a little bit more on the chair.
Yeah.
That's the back, which is the cave, of course. So it is like a segment that's been taken out, but it is nice, and it does give an option for people that just want to play a smaller, because this will go into a singular modular case. I mean, you've probably already bought it, Robert, because it's got a chair.
You know, I did not. Even though I look at it and I'm like, is there a chair only option?
Does this come with a chair only option?
Yeah, but I like the fact. I mean, you know, it's still a nice piece. I mean, it's a cool display piece.
Oh yeah, it's good for the wallet comparative to the Jazz Inc. one, of course. It's good for the smaller display cases.
Yeah.
So you don't have to take up a huge chunk of room, and you can create.
Well, let me ask you this. One of the things, I mean, that Jazz Inc. has made possible, like even Justin, when I look at his packed display cases, I get all envious. But the idea of doing a display case full of diorama scenes is something that I find very appealing. And Jazz Inc., like, they're making moisture. They have moisture evaporators, like Tatooine moisture evaporators that you can buy.
Yeah. And
they're going to ship me my land speeder at some point. And I wanted to do like a whole scene, you know, in one of the modu cases of like the Tatooine scene where, you know, you could put Jabba the Hutt up, you know, up high, presiding over it, and Luke's land speeder and sand people and Jawas and various droids. And I think that would be, because I think one of the fun things I realized that the most I've ever liked my action figures was when I had a studio for a couple of years when I was working on the Axonar project, and I had a giant display case in my office, and I had a lot of I made a video of it. It's on the Robservations. It's on the Burnett Work channel. I made it for the 100th episode of Collider Heroes, and you can see the case that I had in my office, and I was sitting directly across from it, and I just. It was so inspirational because I would walk into my office in the morning and I would turn on the light in the case, in the display case. And I had the display case was all full, and there was quarter scale figures on the top of it. And whenever I needed inspiration, like when I was editing or trying to direct or whatever, I would look at these figures displayed, and it would remind me of various scenes in the movies that they were in. I'm like, oh yeah. It was a constant source of inspiration, the way that I had my. And I just keep looking at, like, Elizabeth has borrowed my Jazz Inc. Millennium Falcon cargo bay.
Ooh.
And she's been shooting her stop motion movies on that. And every time I walk in, she's kind of got it set up, and it's almost like a film set with lights around it. You know, it's right by her desk because she's in art school and she's making these films. She keeps running. Her desk gets more and more full of my action figures. I'm like, wait a minute. Come on now, you gotta give me that back. And she's like, no. But I think having the displays, I'm more and more interested in building these 6-scale environments and displaying the figures in there. And I wonder, like, because you told me that you bought the bat signal, and the jazzing stuff is great, and their diorama displays are really cool, and they're like miniature film sets. You can light them up, and what a way to display your figures. It gives them a whole new depth.
Yeah, I mean, particularly if you get a back, literally a back photograph would make so much difference.
Yeah.
So with the bat signal, of course, that's not going to go in the cave, because that's a rooftop thing. So that's, you want to create a GCPD rooftop with a photograph behind, so it looks like you're high up and it's a skyline. With the signal, and then you could, I mean, the way that I'm thinking of the moment is to have armored Batman by the signal, calling Superman,
floating up. And what you do is
you have Superman, literally you can kind of like dangle him.
You could put that on the top of your Module case display.
Yeah.
So you got your, and then on the top, and then you could make like a city backdrop and have lights and make it multi, even if it was like one dimensional, like some kind of a backdrop or something, make it out of foam core, but make it multi-layered.
Yeah.
So you could have spotlights coming out from between.
Yeah.
You know, you just do a little airbrush clouds in the background and light it all up. Hell, I'd even put a few Watchmen blimps going by.
Well, I mean, you know, the animated series,
right,
set up blimps for the Batman universe. And did you see the latest Batman fan film from Bat in the Sun?
Oh yeah.
Woo! And they had the blimps up to start with in the establishing shot, and I thought that was great. That was really, really great. God damn, that had some incredible shots. That did. Oh
yeah, it really did. It was really it was some great work. I loved it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the more I look at that stuff, the more, because I really slept on those Jazz Inc. dioramas, and I've got a few on pre-order now. I'm going to complete the Millennium Falcon cargo hold, and obviously I got a Juice sent me an email. My Falcon cockpit is obviously paid off, and all that stuff. So I wonder if the Falcon cockpit actually fits inside like the DX120 Module case. I don't know if it does, but I'm wondering if it does.
Which one? The DX?
The DX120. There's the DX60s and then the DX120s.
I
don't know.
That's the longer one. The longer.
Yeah, the longer one.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would think so.
Because it would be so cool if it was big enough to fit the Millennium Falcon cockpit and the full-on cargo bay. I don't think it. I mean, that would be just dope.
Yeah, because that would look like just a cross section taken.
And they send you, when they send you the pieces for the cargo bay of the Millennium Falcon. That's where they play the space chest. Jarek. They include photographic backgrounds. So you have like the corridors and it's nice. It's really convincing. They do a really, really good job. So, I
can show you the well. Shiny. I say that just to stop me from sounding like Veruca from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, because I want it all.
I want it all. Yes.
That's really what's going on in the head. But I have to try and be a little bit placid Aladdin and pretend that I'm not consumed on the inside. I think we better show the big boy.
Well, should you lead up to it?
Well, I mean, there's been a lot of Bat talk today, folks, and there's a very specific reason why there's been a lot of Justice League and sort of Bat talk today, because something got put up for pre-order from Hot Toys this week, and I have to say, I never expected this to come back.
Yeah, no, we have to say it was about 10 years ago.
Yes,
it was released, and they released two versions of it. I never thought it would come back either. I parted with mine because at the time I have regretted it. It's one of those things. It's like the one that got away, and I thought it's just on the secondary market. There's no way I would ever be able to get this back. And it's one of those regrets in life. I don't have many, but parting with this was regretful. And dude, I was blown away. I couldn't believe what I saw. Me neither.
No. It kind of felt like, sometimes when you have a dream and you don't know you're in a dream, and the dream's pretty lucid though. So you kind of, you're aware of what's going on, and then something amazing happens in the dream, and then you wake up and you're like,
yeah.
It was like that, but real. So I think I'm gonna start with let's pick a really nice specific shot, and then we'll go into.
Well, maybe before you do it, start with the thing that goes into that thing.
Well, I'm going to show them both together.
Oh, okay.
Because as you know, folks, at the moment I only have one in fourth scale figure. Soon to be two, because I do have the Spider-Man from Homecoming, and that's going to come on the way soon. But actually, I think images can speak louder than words on this.
Yeah,
one.
Probably right.
Because it's coming in 1/6 scale, returning in 1/6 scale with the tumbler. With the 1/6 tumbler as well. With light up lights and everything.
I can't stress, even when it came out almost 10 years ago, this was one of the most incredible toys I've ever owned. It was so well done. The heavy duty wheels. I mean, it was, and they did do a Dark Knight Rises camouflage version of the tumbler as well, which I never picked up, but I had this version. And I've got the 6 scale Tim Burton Batmobile.
Yeah.
And then this, and now all this did was make me sad that I slept on the Justice Mobile. I never got it. And having a potpourri of 6 scale Batmobiles. I mean, and yeah, they're re-releasing this finally in 2022.
It's gonna seat 2 people.
Yep.
Look, that is the 1/6 Batman, folks. So just imagine how big this tumbler is. That is a 1/6 scale Batman from Batman Begins. So that's a 1/6 scale. Do I have one to hand?
Dude, it's chunky, and it is so. This thing is so cool. I have to tell you, there's that smell that you get from a brand new hot toy, like when you first open it.
Yeah.
That amazing chemical plastic smell.
Yeah.
that only certain people, if you know it, when you smell it, you know it. Opening this box was, I wanted to, like, how you can get like air freshener for your car, like that new car smell.
Yes. I
wish that I had a new Hot Toys smell. Like, and Hot Toys should market this, where you can spray the smell of a new Hot Toy like around your house. Yeah. I would just love to live in a house that constantly smelled like that.
Or new book smell, just coming back home and new book smell as soon as you walk in. Those pages, and
it's also like the glue they use for put in the pages and stuff. That whole thing, or a heady combination of both.
God. So this is folks, I've actually got this on the Tumblr. But of course the 1/6 scale Batman figure is separate.
Yeah.
They don't come together, sadly. But yeah, the Batman Begins 1/6 scale figure is also available. Now, this is one of the greatest face sculpts in history. One of the greatest mouth plates in history. I'll hear no different. Man, there's some trolling that I can do with it. But look at this. I mean, I do have the quarter scale one, but the thing with the quarter scale one is it's like gold. You just don't want to break it. It's just and so to be able to get a 1/6 and be able to do some posing with it instead of just having in a.
Also, the first, when they released this, I don't believe, if memory serves, that it didn't have multiple faces. It only had like one face when they first did this. So this is, you know, the great retooling. They've brought the, I mean, again, this is a figure that's almost 10 years old. They're redoing it. I love that they're redoing the Batman line. You know, I saw some girl making fun of this face sculpt online. Come on now.
This is the best face sculpt ever. Ever. Shredder.
It's pretty great.
But this is the beauty. This is the beauty of the re-releases. The re-releases get the modern day updates.
Yep.
They get the modern day updates. This is a 10-year-old figure, approximately, which is coming back out again. And it's coming back out with a 2022 veneer to it.
Yep.
So, you know, if you missed it first time, look at that. It's great there.
Yeah.
It's coming back second time, and it's coming back better than ever. But it's just, there you go. And they've got him in the Batmobile, in the tumbler with this one. That's a great image, that is, as well.
So good.
Damn. Now, I gotta be honest. I did not put a deposit down on these.
Well, you got time. You got time.
No, you don't understand, Robert.
Oh, you bought them out.
I didn't put a deposit down on these. I just
bought them outright.
I just bought them.
That's why I have great big love for you, Az.
Bought them.
That's why I have great big love for you.
Because when this comes around to ship in the Q3 probably of next year, all I want is my import fee. That's all I want.
I love it. I love it.
So that's my Easter present. I don't know how to justify things like this anymore. It's getting crazy. It's getting out of hand. So
no,
yeah,
it's not. Don't say that.
No.
This show is not about justifying. This show is about unapologetically acquiring.
Yeah, it is.
Unapologetically. Yeah. We can't, like, I am tired. Look, I'm going to have to apologize. I never thought I'd live in a world where I'm going to have to apologize for my being born in America as a white cis male at this point in my life. I never thought that I would have to justify that part, like my very existential time on this planet, that somehow that's wrong. So I will never apologize anymore about buying frivolous things that are not frivolous, because they bring me a lot more happiness than a lot of other things do. So damn it, buy away.
Well, somebody said, you must have spent thousands on these things. Yeah. The beauty with the hot toys is they hold their value.
Yeah.
They at least hold their value. They don't go down. And if anything, they go up. So let's just say the world comes crashing down. YouTube says we're not giving anybody anything anymore. You know, and everything's closed down now, of course, because of Coof, and you can't get a job. They would sell it. They would sell it at least RRP, but likely more.
Yeah, no, absolutely true. And think about it. If the world falls like in The Last of Us or something, and when people come into your house and all you have is basically insects that you're eating, but an incredible Hot Toys collection, people won't hurt you. They'll just sit and enjoy your collection with you, because you have nothing else of value. They're like, oh, well, listen, man, I know
grubs.
Yeah, you can. I know you're eating ants and stuff, but this is an amazing display of Hot Toys figures. I'll let you live, and I'm going to go to the next house.
Yeah.
So
you're welcome back anytime to have.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
That is superb. I mean, it's a great Bale head sculpt. It's incredible. You've got the balaclava, so you can do the Commissioner Gordon. You could get. Look, I mean, you could already with this, you could have again rooftop with a fire escape across the way.
Bruh.
He's contemplating zipping down the line to get into Gordon's office with his stapler as his fake gun. Yeah, but that is a wonderful Bale sculpt. That is a wonderful look at that.
Look at that. You know what's even great? Look right under his eye. It's even got the line in his skin under his eye. Like
it's
there,
even got
like
his mole.
Yeah, it's even got his mole.
It's even got his eye mole. There.
Bruh.
That is madness. I mean, madness in a great way. Look at that. Oh, Captain Morgan pose, somebody said. I mean, you can understand why they've got so many glory shots of the head sculpt. Look at that. Yeah, like the neck, you know? You literally got the
I know.
Oh, come on, man. Come on, man.
Incredible sculpts.
Outright sold.
Well, and yes, you did.
And you got the light, of course, because the lights are, you got so many different lights here on the tumbler as well. It's just gonna, it's gonna look epic, man.
And you know, those are LEDs, so they'll last for like 10,000 hours. And Justin was telling us about how the guy makes those batteries that are actually like USB connectors or something. So you stick them in where the batteries go, and you could hook it up. So whenever you turn the lights on for your Moducase displays, the lights come on to all your stuff as well. You just have to hide the power cables and all that. I mean, come on.
If they re-release the camouflage tumbler, I am undone.
Well, dude, you can put the Bane standing on. You can have him facing off. You know, Bane's on one, and I mean, come on, in a Moducase display, bro. Come on, dude. I know, man.
So good. Buy it, dude. I have. I already have. As soon as I saw this released, I just went straight in, didn't put a deposit down, paid the whole fucking lot off. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Give it to me now. I want it now.
Grabby hands. Grabby, dirty grabby hands. God, look at that. Did they ever do a third-party Katie Holmes?
I don't know. That's a good question. By the way, you have a super chat from an OG fan, and it's probably the best. I'm reading it going, oh, that's a really great point. I'm going to start using that.
Oh, okay. We'll get to the super chat shortly. So
yeah, I just thought that was a good one. I'm like, you know what? Wow. All right.
Just
dude, look at that. Come on. That is.
And if you had Bane on the other side on a camouflage tumbler.
I know.
I can show you.
Yeah, so there you go. I mean, my God.
Oh,
what do we do?
It's literally like looking at porn on stream with people.
I know, but this you can pick up and play with.
Yeah.
You know, it's and that tumbler. You know, when someone says, so you want to go for a tumble? I'm like, well, I did. I pre-ordered it.
Why not?
Yeah, not that
also, by the way, this is just a little thing which it's been up for a little while, but it's not a hot toy, but it's rather cute. This is the statue at the end of the Dark Knight Rises.
Oh yeah.
That they have in the Gotham City, police department or town hall or whatever it is.
Wow, that's really neat.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
The Dark Knight Memorial statue. There you go.
I likes it.
Yeah, it's a little cutie. It's a little cutie, and it's teasing me. It's teasing me.
Very.
I like
very
being.
Nice.
I like being. Fuck off. Fuck off, devil.
I say, as.
Yeah. Oh no, it's in stock and it ships today. Oh, one thing I'll say, when I purchased it all outright though, I did get £110 off.
Ooh.
Because I had £110 credit built up from Sideshow. Because whenever you make a purchase at Sideshow, folks, this isn't a sales pitch. We're not getting anything from them. This is just me saying how it is. When you make a purchase from Sideshow, you get a small kickback. So you get a small amount of your money back as credit for something else. And they also give you a promo code for 20 quid, $20 off your next. And I had just over £100 in this credit built up because I wanted it to build up. And I had a promo code. So actually it's 100. So it's about 110, 115 quid because the $20 promo code is about £15. And then the £100 credit that I'd built up. So £115 pound off the Batmobile. So what was it, 450? It went down to 330-ish.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing too. I mean, you never know when I'm always surprised because especially when you get a high ticket item suddenly, like I've gotten figures like the original Vision, I got for free. You know, I had bought up, and there's a lot of times when you look at all you have to pay is shipping, and I've either had great reductions in things I've ordered because I forget I have them, and I look at them like, oh, you know, I've got $100 in credit.
They have changed the rules.
Yes,
now,
they did.
You have to use your credit within the year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that was because, like, for idiots like myself who saved up their credit and waited till they could buy a whole figure. Then Sideshow, they don't even get reimbursed for their. I mean, they expect you just take money off stuff you're buying, but when you're buying things for free,
yeah,
I don't think they expected that.
Oh well, like, you know, that's how it is, isn't it? Like, you know. But yeah, so I was really happy to get that discount off it. Because let's just be honest, that's 100 quid that's going to go something else.
Yeah.
Oh, is there anything that I've missed in terms of stuff out for pre-order this week? Oh my god, that was quite a central segment.
Yeah, not pre-order, but did you snag the picture that I sent you of the thing that actually came out this week? From a certain franchise, a certain wizard.
Oh yeah. I thought you were going to show that off.
Oh, I haven't. Mine. It came in, and it came into Big Bad Toy Store, but they have not because it's in my pile of loot.
I will in that case share an image. You do the pitch.
So this figure. This, ladies and gentlemen, is an actual action figure. It is a premium action figure. Again, it's been 2 years in the making. It is, of course, Gandalf. And in terms of this is like their Crown line, premium line of action figures. This came into the Big Bad Toy Store. I don't know. A lot of figures like this are sold out before they can even be ordered. But again, I ordered this unlike Gary. I looked at when Gary was on the show, on your show here, on our show, and he was showing off his Lord of the Rings figures. I didn't even know some of those had come out because I hadn't been paying attention really to a lot of the figures that had come out. But when I saw this, I mean, you know, if you're going to collect a certain franchise, you want all the figures of that franchise. But like with Lord of the Rings, there's so many figures and there's so many different, and I have a few, like I have Sauron and I have a number of Lord of the Rings figures, but this figure, in terms of owning one figure from a franchise, something that's so iconic, when I saw a picture of this figure, I'm like, oh my god!
I mean, that head sculpt though is insanity.
And normally, I don't like rooted hair. you know, because you can never get. It's like
Sure.
it's hard to recreate rooted hair in a figure that looks, because it doesn't collect oil, so it doesn't fall on a face the way. But this rooted hair, because how long it is,
Yeah.
I mean, this is unbelievable.
Mm.
Unbelievable. So I was glad. It was so funny because, you know, again, this was a figure I ordered, what, 2 years ago? You know, and you
Wow.
forget, like, some of these figures, I forget, like, oh, where did, and it's like, well, we processed this. It's in your pile. So what Big Bad Toy Store, do you ever buy from Big Bad Toy Store?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they have this thing called Pile of Loot, where you buy things and they just put them in your pile of loot, and then you can have them shipped when you want. So you save on shipping because they'll collect everything and put it in one box. So I've always got something in my pile of food at Big Bad Toys, and it might not be a figure. It might be like an Eagle Moss Star Trek diecast ship or something.
Sure.
And recently, like the Jimi Hendrix figure, for my band, my 6 scale house band is in there. The Amazing, and then they put it in there. Yeah, we got your Gandalf. It's in your pile of loot, you know. And then of course the problem with that is, like, sometimes I'll wait and get stuff in the pile of loot, and the box gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it makes it harder to hide from my girlfriend when it shows up. Because, like, I have to know, like, if I have a big box coming, you know, Elizabeth, if she finds it, she's like, what the hell is this? I'm like, oh yeah, baby, I've been paying this off for years, and man, you know, whatever. But if it's big, there's no way. She's like, well, open it right now. And I'm like, oh, baby, we don't have to do that. So what I have to do is make sure the pile of loot box, you know, I've got to make sure I can bring it in down the driveway. I have to unlock the gate, so we have the gate locked in the front. I bring it down, and like our driveway is a mess. So I like put it on something else, so it looks like it's just a cardboard box that's been there for a while. And like at night, I'll sneak out to the garage and open it up, take the figures out, rip up the box, and get rid of it, and no one's the wiser.
Hell yeah.
So that's the problem.
That's how you do it.
But how do you not want this? How do you not want this figure?
I mean, I can't get it.
Yeah, I can't. It's just, you have to have it. Now I have to have Shadowfax. Although it's Gandalf the White. But you know, it's like, I mean, this could preside over all of my other action figures.
Oh, it's just beautiful. I mean, you know, Gary is such a massive Lord of the Rings fan.
Yeah.
To get something of this kind of quality on the franchise, which you just adore, like, words can't express. I mean, recently I have been so spoiled with Batman stuff recently.
Yeah.
Because of Jazz Inc., because of the re-release of the Dark Knight Batman, because of the re-release of the Batman Begins and Tumblr. So to me, it's just like, it's, you know, it's, as Arnold said in, you know, Pumping Iron, it's just like coming over and over and over again.
My girlfriend's in this chat. Fucked.
She tends to sneak in.
I thought she was in school right now.
No,
I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Easter's coming, dude. This weekend is it's a great way to bribe a girlfriend.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm beyond that. She knows all my tricks. She knows everything. She can't. There's nothing I can do. You know, the only thing that I can do, which is what I don't want to do, she's like, I don't care what action figures you get, you have to just give them to me so I can use them in my films. You can get whatever you want, but you know, it's going to be for me.
And
you know, I got her Mandalorian. She has a Star-Lord coming for her. You know, so now I never thought I'd be in a relationship where I'm having to offset my own action figure obsession with her action figure obsession, which is both fun and horrifying all at the same time.
No, it's not horrifying at all.
But she is making movies with them, and they're pretty funny. She's making, and they're only going to get better. I'm going to put one up soon.
I was going to say, can we see them?
You can. As a matter of fact,
she's doing grabby hands now. Give them to me.
Yeah, give them to me. But that's why, that, you know, she's the one that has the set right in her studio where she paints. She has my Millennium Falcon cargo hold. Like I didn't have it set up until she has it on a table. It's like she's Ray Harryhausen. You know, she's going to do the Golden Voyage of Sinbad soon, but it'll be the Golden Voyage of. And Elizabeth made her own action figure. She actually designed her own and made it, and she painted it. It's kind of like a cartoon version of herself. She even cut her own hair and used her hair. It's got rooted hair.
Rooted Elizabeth hair.
Elizabeth hair, yes. And then she found a 6th scale astronaut suit online that came with some figure. And she bought that figure and then put her action figure in. So she's not only she got her own action figure, she's modifying it and buying like third-party stuff to put on it.
Dude.
I know, right?
You're ahead of the curve.
And she's using software to make the action figures talk. I know, right? But that doesn't mean I want her touching my action figures.
So what you're trying to tell me is Elizabeth would be perfect to make an opening credits for.
Oh, for this show?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, she's got 3 weeks coming up. She's between terms. And if she could she's also learning film editing, and she's using software. And what would be really interesting is that you record voices like in animation beforehand, and then she can make the figures say what you want them to say. So you could do your own like opening. You could voice figures and stuff. I'm telling you, I'm volunteering Elizabeth to make an opening for you for this show.
We'll throw some cheddar, have we? Throw some cheddar.
No, she doesn't want cheddar. She wants action figures.
She wants action. Yeah. Well,
no, she's going. No, throw some cheddar my way.
Yeah. Just do it. Do it now. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh my god, that's gorgeous.
So good.
I got something to show.
Okay.
I got a little something to show. Well, actually, hold on. There's a couple of things. Let me just do this one.
I got some stuff to show too, believe it or not.
One of them's a work in progress, by the way. This is the work in progress. You'll see why it's a work in progress because of how big and intricate it actually is. This is the Mos Eisley Cantina.
Oh, I love that so much.
Which is I am now packet. I think I'm on packet 15 maybe. Packet 15 up next. So this is a work in
progress.
Yeah, and this opens up like, you know, this opens up which way? Yeah. Okay, that bit fell off, but it's okay. I can put that back in. Great. Okay, I'm just going to put this back together before I break it. Why did that not? I'll have to work out. Anyway, it opens up. For some reason, I don't know what I did to knock that off, but I knocked it off. So yeah, I've been working on that when I've had a little bit of time. And speaking of working on things,
I see those boxes and I get all excited. Oh, you did it! You took the plunge! Oh my god. Now, are you happy?
I'm very happy.
I mean,
I'm very happy. If you don't know what this is, folks, this is
yeah,
the Eagle Moss build your Enterprise D, because the Enterprise D model that I had on pre-order from Sideshow.
But look at how big, though. Look at how big. What you've got there is you've got part of the saucer section, the bridge section of the Enterprise D. That is going to be one big bad boy.
Yeah, this is the bridge the bridge section, the bridge top.
I mean, that's just look at how big that's from that. Look at how big the saucer section is going to be. That thing is huge.
Yeah,
it's huge.
Yeah, I believe this is like 40-something inches long.
It's huge
when it arrives. So this is literally just the bridge section, and then you get
comes with lights and everything. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it comes with the LEDs as well. So this is LED'd. And then you have gotta be careful because the backs come off it. I don't want things to go flying everywhere. You got one of the nacelles.
Yep. And look at how they've got in the nacelle, because it all lights up. They've got the lighting, internal lighting, so it stays the lighting will stay uniform inside the nacelle. That's really cool.
It's I seen a guy start to put it together, and I was like, I think I can do this. And I was legitimately and truly mortified when the Enterprise D, when Chronicle Collectibles went under, and so that beautiful Enterprise D was no longer going to be mine, and to have this opportunity come so quickly. Yeah.
And even though you have to build it yourself, it's not going to be hard to build. It'll be fun to put together. And it's going to be huge. You're going to love it when it's done.
Oh, it's going to be jignormous.
Yeah.
It's going to be jignormous. A beautiful stand as well. I'm a happy boy.
Yeah.
I'm a happy boy with that. So yeah. What do you have, Wobbit?
Well, I've got old figures to show, but one of them I had to bring because people have asked me if I had this figure, and I'm just gonna show. I never unbox. I should unbox.
Oh yeah, baby!
Diecast Hot Toys Robocop. Now, people might ask.
Damn.
People might ask, why do you what is it? Like, I like Robocop. I love Robocop. But the thing about this figure, and the reason I thought I would show it today, which I haven't in the past, is because this might just have the greatest chair that ever came with an action figure. You pop it open. I got the thing.
Oh, nice.
But the chair, it's not all put together because it's all. But I have to show this because it's just too great.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
Oh yeah, and I can't. This chair is. I just want to. So, this is the chair. Now it doesn't have all the. It doesn't have all of the screens up, but the screens are here. I just didn't.
Yeah.
Imagine, if you will. Like, here's all the indicator screens that go on there.
Nice.
Yeah. One of the greatest, clearly one of the greatest, if not the greatest, action figure chair that was ever made for an action figure. And the problem is, and to be honest, while I love this, it's not like my Charlie Chaplin that's right behind me over here, where he looks dope sitting in a chair.
Yeah.
I've got the Ed 209, which I've shown on this show before.
Oh, yes.
If Robocop is sitting in this chair, he's not being Robocop. And that's the problem with the chair. Even though I love this chair, look at how detailed it is. It's not this. Now, this figure, this die-cast Robocop figure, I cannot tell you how great this Robocop figure is. And if you can see, yeah, I mean, it's so great. And it also, you have you have multiple choices of heads to use.
Nice.
And this figure,
is it magnetic? The helmet.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it comes with, you can swap it out.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Damage. And he has of course, multiple weapons. This weapon, his gun, is die cast.
Oh,
I mean, it's just amazing. And this figure is it really is. And yes, I can't pop it open, but maybe I can pop it open. But his leg, I don't know.
Oh,
it does open up.
His thigh holster.
Yeah, and this figure is, I can't tell you, it's, you know, like the Iron Man figures, it's die cast. And of course the fingers also move.
Oh,
but this is one heck of a set. And he comes
Does
with
it have the spike?
It's funny that you say that.
Ooh. Yes.
This figure, I mean, this is, and again, this is an old Hot Toys figure now.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
Right, yeah,
it's old, 5-6 years. I don't know. I don't remember exactly how old it is, but you know, it also has an extra helmet that you can put on the other heads, and it comes not just with the chair. I mean, this chair is so detailed, and it lights up. I didn't show the back, but it's got all kinds of wires there in the back too.
Okay, yeah.
And this chair is really heavy. And I have to say that I look at this figure and, dude, why is this in a box? Like, Elizabeth's always going, free the toys. She probably didn't even know I had this. And she's like, I'm sure she's salivating, going, I need that. You have no. No.
Hey, I'm not getting in the middle of a domestic here, all right?
But and it's great. Like, you can pop this stuff off because it is metal, and you can see the underside of the suit. It's just, I mean, this is just really what a figure this is. It's amazing.
That's one, if that was re-released, that's when I would snap up in a heartbeat.
Yeah, and you can see, I don't know if you can hear, but
oh yeah, ratcheted
joints. I mean, this is a really, really, really impressive figure. And again, I don't know if Hot Toys is ever going to make figures outside of the major superhero franchises and Star Wars, but I do miss that they used to do figures from other movies. You know, like the Predator figures are great. Alien figures, I'd like to see more of those. By the way, here, just so you know, it does open, and that's where the gun fits inside the leg. I mean, it's a great figure. But it's also got my favorite action figure chair. So I thought I would show it.
That is a thing of absolute beauty.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me, Az.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'd come with Robocop wherever he wanted to take me. Whatever adventures he wanted to take me. Unless they were Robocop 3 adventures, in which case no.
Yeah, but at least he could fly. He could take you further and farther and faster.
Away from the film.
Calgon. Take me away.
Anything else?
Oh, I got more.
Oh, okay.
I just thought I would now I have to put this away. I mean, I've got to I brought a bunch of things to show.
Oh, okay.
I mean, but I thought I kind of went old school. But I thought we would maybe address the Jazz Inc. situation since it's now since it's now public. What happened? Did you watch the video from them?
I haven't seen the video yet. So if you could explain the current situation.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, there is a company out of the Netherlands called Jazz Inc., like Jazzinc. We talk about them a lot on the show. They're a father and son, mom and pop, so to speak, operation. And for the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, they have been making 6-scale dioramas, environments, and vehicles for Hot Toys figures, specifically, or any 6-scale figures. And they have concentrated on Star Wars and Batman for the most part. So what they've been, imagine that they're making like film sets for 6-scale figures. And they have various iterations, and they're specifically made for certain IKEA display cases.
Yeah.
And again, it's a father and son and their family in the Netherlands. And they're not licensed. And they're third-party figures. And I mean, third-party dioramas, environments. Now, here's the thing. No one else is making these. And the vehicles that they're making were once announced by Hot Toys, but then Hot Toys doesn't end up making them. And they'll show them at conventions like at the San Diego Comic-Con. You'll end up seeing like Hot Toys was going to make a 6th scale 1966 Batmobile.
Yeah.
And then they released 6 scale figures of Adam West and Burt Ward from the 1966 Batman, which I have to show, by the way. I'll show on this show.
That's fine.
And so they made them, and then they were going to make the 66 Batmobile, which is one of my favorite things growing up as a kid, the diecast Corgi car that I had. But what happens is, unfortunately, the 66 figures of Batman and Robin don't sell. They don't sell the way, say, Iron Man sells, which makes sense because they're not of the era of people that are buying. I mean, if you love the 1966 Batman, it means you're going to die soon. So they're like, who's going to buy action figures, much less $1,000 66 Batmobile? So this is the Jazz Inc. Justice Mobile from Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. Now, for those of you who don't know, this is a 6th scale, so it fits the Ben Affleck 6 scale Hot Toys Batman, and you can see him right in there. So Jazz Inc. made this, and the way it works is they say to you, they'll say to their customers, would you like us to make one of these? And if they get enough pre-orders or enough interest, they'll pull the trigger. Now, they're not making any, I mean, they're not doing this for profit because there's just not a whole lot of profit. I mean, how many people are going to spend? And by the way, there's lights in this, and I think the retail on this was $1,200. I think $1,200 US. I don't know.
I think 1,400 maybe.
Okay, so $1,400. And you look at this, and it's like, look, they have to design this. So they're and they've been doing such a good job. Certain Hollywood insiders might send them blueprints.
Yeah.
So, and they have been doing great work, and they've done a lot of stuff from the Snyderverse Batman. They did the bat signal that's on the top of the Gotham City PD. They've done the bat computer that you saw in Batman v Superman that Alfred and Bruce Wayne are in front of a lot. And these things, they're meticulously created. And it takes them sometimes, you might wait 2 years. Well, recently, they basically had Warner Brothers contact them. They did not send a cease and desist because they're in the Netherlands. They probably couldn't, actually. But Warner Brothers contacted them and were not, they're making unlicensed, copywritten, and owned material. I mean, and there's all kinds of third-party people making figures, but the stuff they're doing is on a scale that it's one thing to make a figure of somebody, but to make this kind of a thing, there's a lot more involved. But and they do own the copyright, Warner Brothers. So let me just say flat out, they absolutely are in their rights to go and say to Jazz Inc., don't do this. Now, here's the thing. Hot Toys, that makes the figures that go in these things, have decided, because it's not profitable for them, they're not making these vehicles. They're not going to do them, which means they're not going to get made by anyone else. No one else is going to make these, because to license these out, the license that they would get from a studio is too much. It's a lot of money. And so what ends up happening is they don't get made. Hot Toys was going to do this. They didn't. So this father and son team in the Netherlands decided, by the way, they started doing this for fun for themselves. And then they realized, well, maybe somebody else would want them. We're taking the time to make these, so maybe we could sell more. So they have been doing environments, sets, and vehicles for Star Wars and Batman.
Imagine being that talented that you're making these for fun.
For fun. And they thought other collectors might want them. And I mean, the stuff, and they light up, and it's amazing. And you know, I have received I bought things from them, and they're amazing. And the customer service is great. And you can actually go, there's a Facebook page for Jazz Inc., there's a website, and they have a video. So they were contacted by Warner Brothers. And Warner Brothers actually said, we like what you are doing. We like the fan aspects of it, that it's such a niche, insane thing. But we have licensees that make our stuff, whether it's Prime One or anybody who's making statues or action figures or whatever. We can't allow you to do this. And they're right. However, Jazz Inc. is in discussions with Warner Brothers to get a license to do these. And they know there's not a big profit margin. One of the things that appealed to Warner Brothers, according to the guys at Jazz Inc., was the fact that they're fan-made, that people are so devoted, they're making these things and making them available to other fans without much of a profit margin. Now, you can't expect a big, bad multinational corporation to be nice, because that's not what they do. However, what they're doing is they're adding value. These things are adding value to their licensees' stuff, like Hot Toys figures. They're meant to go, they literally are meant to, they're meant for Hot Toys figures. So Hot Toys, that is a huge licensee, they're not making these things.
Yeah.
So you've got Jazz Inc. who are making them for specifically Hot Toys figures. So you can't own one of these and not have a Hot Toys figure. So in a way, this is kind of marketing for their licensee, but still, I understand. So Warner Brothers, they had to do something. And I think they're in discussions with Jazz Inc. to make them an official licensee, which I think they should absolutely do. But they have to understand that where's the profit here? If who's going to buy this for $2,000? I mean, you know, we probably would, but not many people would. And so that's why Hot Toys didn't make them as a retail item.
But it's not just, you know, we'll fork out $2,000, $1,500, whatever it is. Look at it. Look at the craft behind this.
Yeah.
You know, I've been flicking through the pictures as you've been talking. Just the level of detail that they get. As Robert said earlier, they literally have people, insiders, send them the blueprints, the actual blueprints and stuff like that from the OG Justice Mobile, whatever you want to call it, for this film. And that has allowed them to tweak and change various aspects. Also, when they're constructing it, they say, you know, hey, this is where we are with this. How do you like it? To the people who are purchasing it. And then they've received images from those people saying, actually, this is a little bit too short here. This actually should elongate here, or this should come out a little bit there. And all of this isn't done as a it's done as a tool for them to really refine how accurate they can get the model. And this is just absolutely beautiful. And the diorama based on the bottom, I just managed to snag as well, fortunately. But that, you know, the level of detail as I've been putting through is it's just something else.
Yeah, and the thing is, here's the thing. Warner Brothers, to their credit, I mean, on the heels of Zack Snyder's Justice League and all that, they know that this is a premium item that very few people are going to buy. So it's not something, unless there was these people like Jazz Inc., no one's going to make one of these things. Like, no one's going to do it. And they're never going to sell enough that it's ever going to be profitable. But they can't allow Jazz Inc. to make one of these things because they have to protect their other licensees, which is fair. But if they can come to a deal and say, like, okay, we're going to have to charge you a per unit license. Like, if you make one of these, we're going to have to charge you a 10% licensing fee, whatever you are selling them for or something, which is reasonable. Yeah. Like, you know, if they come out and like they're doing the 66 Batmobile that they're doing is unbelievable.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it's the detail and the research, just the research alone that they've put into making this thing it's incredible what they've done. And like you said, in terms of fan outreach, they make videos about here's our design work, and they've shown the prototyping of the 66 Batmobile for like a year. They'll make videos and talk about here's where we're at, we're going to make tweaks and all this, and people send them in more information, and it's what they're doing is incredible, and it's such a niche thing. I'm a huge fan of what they're doing. And like, there it is. So there is the 66. That's their prototype with the figures they made. And let me just point out, those figures did not sell well. They didn't have a lot of pre-orders. They didn't make very many of them. But if you look at those head sculpts, man,
they're beautiful.
And the Batmobile that they've made is bang on. And so it's not like they're out there selling. They're done. They've made their, and if anything, by making this 66 Batmobile, it might generate, I don't know if it's going to ever generate enough interest. I don't know if they'll ever do another run of the Batman and Robin, but they do a fantastic job. And in case you were interested, like, here's Robin.
Yeah, boy.
So I'll crack open Robin right now.
My friends,
I mean, look at the quality of that.
Oh yeah. And they have tweaked and changed it based off, again, more detailed imagery.
Right.
But look at that top-down shot. Oh, my God, that's beautiful.
Dude, I mean, come on.
And those, those are 1 in 6 scale. They're the 1 in 6 scale Batman and Robin. Adam West and Burt Ward. Batman and Robin. Oh, I wish I'd put.
I mean, here's the Robin figure, the Hot Toys Robin, and again, even though this is an older Hot Toys figure, this figure it's incredible. I mean, the detail of it all, it's bang on. This thing is like, it's perfect, and I grew up with this. I grew up with Batman and Robin, and and the reason I got these initially was because Hot Toys showed their version, their prototype of the Batmobile, and they ended up never making it. So I mean, the whole point on having these, like, I knowing that I used to have them on the side of my bookcase, or the side of my display case in my old office, they were rappelling up the side of that bookcase.
Oh yeah, nice.
That's how I had them displayed. And
see, that's a diorama that should get made.
Yeah, and it's great stuff. It's great stuff. So I've always wanted to get the 66 Batmobile. It's I mean, when I was a kid, the diecast Corgi car was one of my favorite things I ever owned. And I
had the small Corgi.
Yeah, that was it. That was it was the greatest thing ever.
I had that. Right, dude, we're gonna have to get to some super chats.
Go ahead.
We've been speaking for an hour and 40 minutes already.
I know, right?
It's insane. So let's go through some of your super chats, some of your questions, folks. Let's see what we've got. Let's see what people have been saying. Bobby Lang with a £5 super chat. What's your opinion on the non-binary Jedi? Star Wars isn't meant to be real world. Thanks for the black pill, KK. It's Trans Awareness Day, week, month, year, fucking all the time. And Star Wars, as they virtue signal, obviously, said, oh, here's 2 new Jedi. They're non-binary, they're trans non-binary. And I'm just numb on the inside now. I just don't care. It's just virtue signaling. It's just pats on the back for themselves. They don't give a shit. It's Disney. They've shown they don't give a shit with their behavior to people. with their behavior, you know, the whole China business, the whole job lot. So it's all virtue. It's all signaling. So I just don't care anymore. I ain't purchasing anything High Republic.
Well, here's what I, you know, I stand. I have many friends in my, many. I have had friends growing up in my life who have been trans, and one of the things that I find fascinating is, like, Star Wars is not a franchise that really deals with sexuality, gay, straight, whatever.
Until these people got hold of it, dude.
Well, I mean, it's yeah, and it's it's classical storytelling. Joseph Campbell. It goes back into myth, and to me, it's, well, people would say, well, you know, these people in myth, people aren't represented, but we're talking about archetypes. You know, you're talking about archetypes, and archetypes are kind of universal. They're things that have moved through the ages. And archetypes aren't necessarily about individuals. They're about tropes and things that have existed throughout human history since the dawn of time. The way we have told stories about gods and monsters and all kinds of things. And the specificity of individual human experience is not really a part of that, not part of archetypical storytelling. Like, I don't expect these grand myths to get into, like, I don't think Star Wars is a place where you're going to deal with, say, for instance, I don't know, PTSD. You can allude to those things, certainly, but it's not about what individuals are. It's more about what humanity as a collective whole is throughout our whole history. So it has to be all-encompassing and sort of larger in a storytelling sense. And I think that when you start to make it smaller by bringing in topics of the day, like individual things, then it dilutes what Star Wars as a storytelling medium is. I have no problem with people telling stories about LGBTQ, trans, whatever, but have the storytelling environment that can most effectively address those things. And Star Wars, I don't think is one of those things. Yeah. I think Star Wars is something else. What I find so interesting and maddening is these classical storytelling forms that have been around, well, in terms of pop culture. Doctor Who, Star Trek, Star Wars is now 44 years old. The fact that they're trying to be turned into something else to serve agendas is, I think, counterproductive to what these storytelling mediums were in the first place. And what you're doing is you're making that thing less effective than it used to be. It doesn't work as well because you're trying to turn it into something that it's not. And I think you're doing less of a service to the very issues that should be addressed, but not in every single storytelling medium. You know, it would be like if you're going to drive a car on the freeway, would you bring a Formula One car to drive to work? No, it's a car. You use a Formula One car within the context it should be used in. But, you know, if you're driving to work, you want a sensible car with good gas mileage. That car is not supposed to address the ills of the world. It's to take you to work. But, you know, I think it's a strange thing that everyone's trying to do. And what ends up happening is you're not utilizing the storytelling medium in a correct way, and you end up ruining it. You ruin it.
Yes. This is it. Because I do have a problem because it's not done for the right reasons.
That's right.
It's not done in the right way. And because it's not done in the right way and for the right reasons, it's exceedingly dating. None of this stuff in 5 years' time is going to be relevant, known. Nobody's going to remember who these characters are or care, because that's all we get on TV. This is the whole reason why Batwoman is an absolute shit show, because it's not done for the right reasons. They've shown And these are people from the alphabet community that make it as well. They have shown the alphabet community in the most disgusting light possible. You watch an episode, you watch Batwoman, it's just like, holy shit. All it teaches me is that the alphabet community is just a bunch of psychos, absolute mentally ill psychos, because they're not writing it properly, but they're putting them in the environment of a hero that's got to save people, but then they don't know what a hero is, because the whole reason that they created the show was just to do she's gay, and that's the only reason. That in itself is not an interesting topic. Somebody's ethnicity, somebody's color, somebody's sexuality, orientation, it's not interesting. It can't hold story. It's a minuscule part, a minuscule facet of the whole. And they're trying to construct stories out of a minute facet of that person.
Right.
And that's why they fall apart. And so, yeah, they're done in the wrong. They're done with ill intention, in the wrong manner, because they just want people to go starting on by.
Well, also, I mean, you're losing. I did a YouTube show a couple of days back about losing the grand narratives. And these grand, sweeping, heroic narratives that have been told since literally the dawn of time, since we were painting on cave walls about today's hunt.
There's a reason that they have stood the test of time.
Yes. And like when we were out, you're on the African veldt looking for food to bring home to your family. That's, you've got a pregnant wife who's taking care of the kids in the cave. We barely have language skills, and somebody goes out and takes down a predator that's coming after us, and now we can eat for the week. And you want to record that story on the cave wall to remember the heroism of the day. I mean, what's the point of that story? The story is to recount how we're all eating for the week, how these families were protected, and there were great deeds done. These are grand narratives. They're not micromanaged down to people's feelings or their identities or whatever. We're talking about what it means to serve in a grander scale, and there's a place to tell those intimate stories. That's why you have Oscar-winning films like Moonlight that do so well in getting into those kind of very personal stories and dealing with people's sexuality and what it means to grow up and being that way. And you do it in an effective manner because that was a beautifully crafted film with a heart behind it, and that they knew the story they wanted to tell. But Star Wars is Star Wars. And to inject these other things into it isn't what Star Wars is all about. Star Wars is a grand narrative. And Star Trek and Doctor Who, these are grand narratives that now are being micromanaged by people that want to do other things with them, but then they cease being what they are.
I tried to watch the second episode of the High Republic show today because I wanted to see, because the whole thing's just been obviously taken over by Gina Carano fans. It's downvoted to hell, and the whole comment section is just Forbes saying Gina Carano's firing doesn't make any sense, etc. Which I am absolutely 100% behind, because like I said, I think Disney is scum. The show was obnoxious. It was belittling. It was speaking to you like you were a child. And so I'm like, oh, well, if I'm a child, that's how you want to treat me. You want to treat me, and you're kind of intimating that the audience should be a young audience that are enjoying the Star Wars business. Why are you trying to tell a child about trans rights, trans Jedi, sexuality? Stop it. These are children. Let children have children's stories. Let children have children's fun. Stop putting pressure on kids, because it's confusing enough without these. I don't know what the fuck's going on with trans at the moment, because everything's a trans this and a trans that. You got a bunch of phony, fake ass people who are doing trans this and trans that on the internet, and they're using it as a shield to hide behind so they can do some horrible fucking stuff to people and cancel them and stuff. And the whole thing is just becoming such a shit show now.
Well, also, I mean, you carry it back like any kind of sexuality. Can you imagine Lord of the Rings?
No.
Like you look at Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings, another grand narrative. Lord of the Rings, I mean, clearly there are families in Lord of the Rings, and there is love and attraction and people. We see child hobbits in the Shire and all that. But Lord of the Rings is a story that doesn't have a place for sexuality or any of that. And why would you want it to be? That would get in the way of the grand narrative of the Fellowship and taking the ring to Mordor and all of that. It doesn't necessarily belong in that story. And not all stories. It's almost like we live in a world now where everybody, like I have no problem with representation and hearing the voice of marginalized people. I think, and I'm looking forward to that because we get more stories that we haven't heard before, and good stories as well. But to go back and then say, okay, we're going to inject all of this stuff, all of the things that we want. Everybody's supposed to see themselves in every single story now.
Why?
I don't get it. I never wanted to see myself. Like,
no, never.
And I don't understand. I don't understand why certain things can't just be what they are. And it's such a strange thing to me that nowadays everybody wants to see every facet of themselves in every single story. Mm-hmm. And that makes no sense because, well, what about the person telling the story? And are you gonna go back and like talk about how J.R.R. Tolkien's stories were sort of bereft of sexuality? Well, that's not the story he was telling.
No,
you know,
he was telling a story of fellowship. There's a massive hint in the name of
yeah, and also like if you're storming the beaches at Normandy and you're doing Saving Private Ryan, you don't necessarily need lots of sexual interludes to tell that tale. There are certain stories
or trans representation.
Absolutely. It's such a strange thing to me. I don't understand, like, why is it that we have to have like all of human history, 10,000, 20,000, since whenever he came out of the twigs, the trees, this is
to me it's ego for them. The writers, it's ego for them. I want to self-insert into this universe. I want to put myself, but I'm going to use the broader scope of my color, my weight, my height, my gender, my sexuality, and that's being utilized as the excuse for the self-insert, for the egotism, because they want to put themselves in there and they don't want to think about the true narrative. It's Fellowship of the Rings. It's about fellowship. It's about coming together. It's about the various races that are completely at odds with each other across the whole of Middle Earth, all coming together, all uniting against this big evil. It's not about sex. It's not about how elves have sex or hobbits have sex or how Gandalf has sex or anything like that. It's got nothing to do with that. And that's why this new Lord of the Rings show that's saying, oh, we're going to explore that. And it's just like, oh, just fuck off. It's perverse what you're trying to do. I'm not a prude, but this is perverse. This is not the universe or the material for this.
And that's the thing that I find disconcerting. If you want to tell a great story about those issues, you should tell that story. And by all means, address whatever subjects you want. I'm there for that. I can't wait. Tell me a great story like one of Ursula K. Le Guin wrote a book called The Left Hand of Darkness that deals with an alien society that has 3 genders. Awesome. Great story, great book. And really delve into what that means. There's an Enterprise episode called Cogenitor. And there's a 3rd gender that is completely discriminated against, treated like dirt, horrible, almost a slave class, and Trip gets upset. That's a great tale that works within the science fiction framework of Star Trek.
But it's a great tale. Can I just, sorry, I hate to interrupt you.
No, please.
But the reason why Cogenitor is such a great episode is because it doesn't virtue signal.
No.
It doesn't say Trip was right. He was right to take this 3rd gender and to start to educate it and show it new things. Because when they left, the Cogenitor died. because it lost its function within that society.
Yep. So the Prime Directive should have, if they had a Prime Directive, this might not have happened.
Exactly. And that was one of the reasons why the Prime Directive was installed, was to stop this sort of interference with alien races. And Trip was a great character. And one of the reasons why Trip was a great character is because he was so human and driven by humanity that he tried to impart humanity wherever he went, where he was naive to not understand how other races and cultures, and it got him to all sorts of trouble. He got fucking pregnant because of it.
Yes.
At one point, because of the way a species actually had sex. And that was a clever way of doing it, because there wasn't any physicality to it. And so it wasn't sex how we knew it, but then he became pregnant because of it, because of something that he did stupidly.
And that's great storytelling.
Yes.
Within a science fiction concept. That's how you use Star Trek correctly. And I think what we have now is, and also believably, now you have in Star Trek Discovery's 3rd season, you have Adira, who's a non-binary character, schooling a gay man about what pronouns she'd like to be, or pardon me, they would like to be called. Because she talks about, I don't like being called a female. I want to be called by these pronouns. Do you think 1,000 years in the future, that this is going to be an issue?
You're having interspecies sex.
People are,
Nobody gives a fuck about your pronouns.
No, and they'll call you whatever they want. I mean, we have a whole different universe. And to me, good science fiction extrapolates upon the future. And these issues that we're so concerned about now, we will have evolved past them, especially when our medical technology becomes like they are in the Star Trek era. We'll be able to see. I mean, I believe that people who are trans, there is probably, we don't have the technology yet to show this, but there are people who literally are for real. It's a real thing. Like when you were born and you were in the womb, whether you were exposed to testosterone or estrogen or whatever, you really do. Your brain chemistry is different than the physical body that you reside in. I think that's something that they will eventually be able to medically diagnose. But in the Star Trek future, they'd be like, oh yeah, okay, we'll fix that with your technology. We'll take care of it right when you're born. So it's not going to be an issue. So no one's going to care because our medical technology will be that advanced. And to say 1,000 years in the future that it's still an issue that we have today is a failure of imagination and a failure of writing.
And that's why the 60s series is timeless. That's why TNG is timeless, because they told grand stories.
The grand narratives.
But these people are fucking ignorant. They're ignorant and they're stupid, and they want to play their own little party political games with these franchises. And as Kurtzman said, it's not about Star Trek anymore. It's about using the franchise to push the message.
And I think that, since this is a show, let's take it back to the subject of this show. Why is it do you buy the characters and the figures and the statues that you buy?
Because they are people, well, in my personal view, they're people that I respect, people that I look up to, people that I aspire to become, people whose traits I either admire or wish to wish myself to be able to become. These are heroic figures, whether they be male or female. There is aspirational figures. They show the greatest of humanity.
They're figures that represent the grand narratives. That what we aspire to, what not we aspire to necessarily as individuals, though that's their true, but the aspirations of all of humanity. Where we want to be as a species of people. Like when I read these stories, it's sort of Superman represents everyone, all of us. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter what gender you are, whatever your sexuality is. Superman doesn't care. He's going to fight for you. He's going to fight for your ability to exist. He's going to fight for the earth. He's going to fight for humanity, even though he's not one of us. He comes from a faraway land. And I think the myths, these
the
myths,
ultimate immigrant.
He's old, yeah, and these myths are for all of us, for everybody. Now, I don't necessarily see myself in Superman, as I can't relate to having that kind of physical power, or I'd love the ability to fly, and my wish fulfillment's there, but he certainly doesn't. I mean, people would say, well, Rob, Superman's white. I'm like, okay, but if Superman was black or yellow or brown or whatever color he is, however he was conceived, I would still think he was a badass and like that character because of the way he's been portrayed throughout, since he was created in the 30s. And I think that's what's great. I love Chad Boseman as Black Panther. Seeing his depiction in Civil War for the first time, and when his father dies and the way he acted and went after Bucky and all that, I'm like, I loved Black Panther. I loved Boseman's portrayal of Black Panther. The first thing I thought about Black Panther is not that he's black. It's just that I like this guy. I like this character. He's a badass, and I'm like, I love that. And I'm like, the first thing I think about is that's the kind of person that I'd love to be. I'd love to have that kind of honor and that kind of respect for your family and the love for your father and all that stuff. I love that character, the way he was portrayed. I don't care what color he is. I love the character.
There you go, Bobby.
And by the way, I have him at arm's length. Let me just say, I got my Hot Toys Chad Boseman. I got my Hot Toys Black Panther.
Chad the man.
He's the man. By the way, he's standing right next to Christopher Reeve Superman. So,
in heaven together playing ball. Bespin Lou UK with a 10. Oh, no. Matt Lines with a £5 super chat. Too late. I've already ordered Batman from Batman Begins and the Tumblr. My question is, how much are kidneys going for in the black market these days?
Depends how much you drink.
Yeah, probably about $3,000. Not that I've looked into it, but about $3,000. Bespin Lou UK with a £10 super chat. I pre-ordered the dual pack Justice League and also Batman Begins Tumblr, all in for £1,000 already. What the fuck? But my pride and joy is the Back to the Future Hot Toy DeLorean. Lucky to get my hands on one.
Man, I don't have that. I want one so bad.
That is an absolute treasure. That is. Ericus, but yeah, a cool grand. It's got to be done. Erica Sullivan with a $15 Soul of Chogokin. Mazinger Z arrived yet missing the all-important little red scrambled jet the pilot sits in. So I sent it back, yet found another with exact paint to the old Shogun Warrior. Yes.
By the way, what he is talking about is this. So this is what fits into Mazinga. It folds up like, hang on, where's the thing? It folds up like this. Well, if I can get it.
Yeah.
And then it sits in the head. And there's the pilot. This, by the way, is a Soul of Chogokin plater. And I love this. So that's what goes in. Although it's a much smaller version of this.
Oh, yeah.
But here it is.
Rob Bass with a $5. Just watched Kong versus Godzilla. It wasn't good. Shake my head. Have you seen it? Yeah. Have you seen it, Rob?
Is Elizabeth still on the stream?
Well, you don't have to say what happened, but
I have seen it.
Okay.
I've seen the whole thing now. Sorry, Elizabeth. Maybe she's back in class.
Whoops. Any?
You know what? I have very mixed feelings about it. More mixed than I thought. I was primed to love it, and I have mixed feelings. I will say this: the monster battles in it are insane. I mean, the visual effects are insane. But when they talk about the human stuff being goofy and all that, I was talking about this morning. Even though Godzilla movies, and as a lifelong fan of Godzilla movies, are goofy, like the plot of one of my favorites, Godzilla versus the Astro Monster, or Godzilla versus Monster Zero in English. That movie is about an alien planet is discovered, Planet X, by astronauts. And they have a Ghidorah problem. Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, is attacking this planet. And the aliens are like, hey, since we're now going to be friends, do you mind if we borrow Godzilla and Rodan to fight the three-headed monster? And Earth is like, oh, okay. So the aliens come and borrow them and take them to Planet X. Unbeknownst to us, they brainwash Godzilla and Rodan and Ghidorah, and they send them, all three monsters, against the Earth in a bid to invade and take over the planet. Of course, Rodan and Godzilla snap out of it. They defeat the three-head monster, and humanity is saved. Now, as goofy as that plot is, I like that. I buy into that. I'm like, the plot of Godzilla versus Kong is a little convoluted and strange. It goes off into a number of different directions. And from the very beginning, I'm sorry, this movie is racially prejudiced against Godzilla.
Oh.
It has a Western white sensibility. A lot of people used to say that Kong is a metaphor for the black man, the unchained slave. That's what, not in this movie. Kong represents the West, and Godzilla represents the East. And I think that Godzilla is shown as being subordinate to Kong, that Kong is somehow better than Godzilla, and I am Team Godzilla all the way. And frankly, as I was offended by the fact that Godzilla was portrayed as a second-class citizen next to the worldly and kingly, and I mean, Godzilla is king of the monsters, but oh wait, not in this movie.
Come on, he'd piss all over Kong all day, every day.
That's right.
Yeah, and he'd melt his fucking head off with his fucking nuclear breath. Andrew Matthews with a £5 super chat. Would sell my left hand for a diorama of the Japanese garden in Kill Bill with Uma Thurman and Lucy Liu.
That would be dope. You know, they've never made a great Uma Thurman 6-scale figure from Kill Bill.
No.
There's been third-party
crazy
versions.
As well.
Never great.
No. Tyler Maudlin with a $5. Hi guys, received my Hot Toy Vader, and it's amazing. I also just found out my Hot Toys Space Trooper is waiting for me at home. Cannot wait. Nice. Drunken Camera Beard with a $5. After watching you guys show off so many cool figures, I decided to pick up the Obi-Wan Kenobi Sideshow. Now back to painting my Death Core of Krieg.
Is that 4K? Warhammer 4K?
Yeah.
40K. I have to ask, which Kenobi? Did you get the Mythos Kenobi figure?
Yeah, he said the Sideshow one, so that's the Mythos one.
Yeah, that's a great figure.
I like it.
Figure, yeah.
I love. It's gonna be a nightmare to set up though when I get.
My God, my girlfriend. Can I just say, she didn't super chat you. She says, Kong is our cousin. We're related. Godzilla's a reptile and cold-blooded. # Team Kong.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's it. I'm done. We're over.
Yeah. Women. Oh, fragile minds. Jay Fraser 360 with a £5. Hail as an RMB. Soon I shall binge it, but nonetheless, congrats, Robert, on Dota Dragon's Blood.
Oh,
are you getting any freebie HAWT toys from Valve?
No. No, but I appreciate that. I'm very proud of. I mean, I participated in a small way. I worked on that for 2 years, And I'm so proud that it has been getting this. For those of you who don't know, Dota Dragon's Blood is a new Netflix adult anime series that is currently airing on Netflix worldwide. It was number 7 worldwide on the network last weekend. It's an 8-episode series. Hopefully we'll get more. It's just called Book 1, but it's out there. And I know, I mean, Ashley Edward Miller, who created the show, would love nothing more than to have Hot Toys make figures from the series. And I would like that too. I don't know if they would, but I think somebody should, because the designs are great.
Yeah. It's ready on my Netflix to go.
Yeah, you got to check it out. Tell me what you think.
Oh yeah, I need to. I was hoping to have got through at least the first episode today, but I fell asleep watching it. I fell asleep before I could get around to it.
Yeah,
which was a shame because I wanted to have a little. But I'm definitely going to check it out, man.
Check it out.
Definitely.
I think you'll dig it.
I think I will because I've seen a little bit and it looks like it looks like the kind of anime that I like. Tyler Maudlin again with a $5. And as I forgot to say, I just rescued and restored a 1983 G.I. Joe Sky Striker for about $25. All I'm waiting on is the new stickers, and it's like new. Beautiful. I kind of got in recently to watching reconstruction videos of.
Oh, dude, they're the best.
Yeah,
I love them.
Oh, that's a rabbit hole. That's a doggies.
That's Tallulah.
Yeah,
Tallulah and Gilbert. She's running after something.
OG fan when Star Wars was just Star Wars. Yeah, nice name. With a $5, hot toys are good for your health. Since I started collecting, I've quit drinking, smoking, and lost 50 pounds. No vice is as important as my hot toys.
See, I mean, I never thought about that, but action figures is a way to a healthier life.
I never thought of that. Yeah, that's a great super chat, by the way. As is Christian Bale Batman hot toy. They've already created an account just to get that super chat in. It never astounds. It just always astounds me, I should say. With a $5 super chat. Oh, you paid for me in full. Oh, good for you. Oh, good for you. For funk's sake, you're amateur. I just realized when I got to the good for you bit what I was doing then. That's great. That's another. God damn, it's a couple of great super chats back to back. Prime Wolf with a $5. I'll share, since we're all friends here, Nightmare Bat and Black suit sups and Cara Dune on pre-order. But this Christian Bale Batman, it does something to me.
It should do something. It should do something to you.
Swear me! Or buy me. Michael Moan, maybe Moan or Moan, ladies, with a 50 Danish crowns. Where them Skittles at? That's an in joke. That's an in joke. I had a dream. And I thought something cool was going to happen, and it ended up that I was just a scrub. Sean with 140 Zardons. No message, but a super chat. Thank you very much indeed for that. Calftron with a $5. Finally bought the 1 in 6th Capaldi. Trust me, while on Zavi, also grabbed the discounted awesome Lego Empire State Building. Just had to say, thanks, guys. Hey. It's
by the way,
you're doing the right thing.
It's different, but Zavi just put up their exclusive steelbook set of the Indiana Jones 4Ks. Just
I picked up a 4K. It arrived in the post today.
Yeah, what'd you get? Oh, very nice, very nice.
I wanted to revisit Man of Steel.
Yeah. As well you should. By God.
I do like it. Yeah, I know the ending's a bit messy, but I like the film. I like it.
Dude, I love the film. I love it. It's a great science fiction first contact story. I enjoy it.
Yes.
It's also got the best superhero battle of all time.
And it's got I mean, Hans Zimmer is just his score is it's insanity. This again, can I just say, and he said just put the sunshine music into Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do when there's no one left like you?
I can show you the okay. APM with a £5. As if you've ordered the Doctor Who Zavvi figures, you might not know that they're just old scopes. Big Chief is re-releasing Doctors 9 to 12, all new sculpts shortly. Yeah, I knew they were the Big Chief sculpts. I knew that. But I didn't know that Big Chief were gonna redo 9 to 12 because holy shit.
I mean, I love Big Chief, but they were gonna release Gladiator and they didn't. Lack of pre-orders. I'm still waiting on Flash Gordon and Ming the Merciless.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, although I hear they're making, was it you who told me they're gonna make a rocket cycle? That Big Chief is gonna make a
no, it was Justin, I believe.
Oh, was it Justin? Can we say that? Did I just out him? I'm sorry. But shit. I'm joking. You're not a replicant. Bad joke. No.
Oh my god. Do androids dream of electric sheep? There we go.
That's the question that was never even answered, but I think they do.
Yeah. Peepo with $2,500 Chilean dollars.
Nice.
Oh my god! That Gandalf is the bestest ever,
isn't it? I mean, that Gandalf is the shiznle.
It's pretty beautiful.
Yeah,
it's pretty damn beautiful. Benjamin Flensborg with 30 Danish crowns and a super sticker with a fist bump. Thank you, Benjamin. And then he follows it up with another 50 Danish crown super chat. Trying again since PayPal hates me. Good evening, Lord Burnett. Lord Az. And yes, many crowns could be spent on such art.
It's true. By God.
Yeah, PayPal has been fucky today, dude. I super chatted somebody today and it rejected my super chat.
Really? Maybe there's some kind of fuckery going on with the system.
I don't know what's going on, but when that happened, it's like the bank is, your super chat has been rejected, and I kind of like shut myself. I'm like, oh my god, has my bank account been fucking hacked? So
yeah,
I immediately checked my bank account. No, that's fine.
All kinds of shenanigans happening.
Yeah. And then I went to the PayPal, and that was fine. And then it took the super chat, and I was like, what? And then the super chat didn't appear, and it was like 10 minutes later. I was like, oh, what the fuck is going on? And then it refunded it about 10 minutes later.
Wow.
I don't know what happened, what is going on, but yeah, it didn't let me do my thing. Stony D with a $5 super chat. Thanks for the heads up on reinventing, man. Yes. Just made my purchase. Cheers. Yeah, I gotta get. I mean, I'm getting that. I'm getting that. Kyson with a €5 super chat. 1701D building stream as I beg you. And hi, Robert. So what do I do? Do I wait until it's all here and then build it?
Well, we could even, you know what? We could do, I'll get mine. I got a notice saying that they it's the second time I think they have my wrong, and they should not, but they have my wrong credit card number, because they're like, your credit card number, they charge you every Tuesday and Friday.
Yeah.
And I called them on Friday and said, look, you guys clearly have my wrong number. And I gave them my new number, and I got a notice back yesterday saying so I haven't got my first set yet. And so I've got but we could, it would be very funny.
Building stream.
Yeah, because I've been getting the Aston Martin DB5 that they do, and I haven't built it. But if we did it, because it's only once a month.
Yeah.
So once a month we could do our 1701 build streams.
That'd be good. I like the idea. I like that idea a lot. I think that's pretty funky. Yeah, we'll have to discuss when, but that's a good one.
I mean, would that be fun? And by the way, it'll only last for as long as it takes us to put them together. So it probably, some of them are going to be short,
short and sweet. I don't know. It'll no doubt get supplemented with something.
Yeah.
Calftron with a $5. Like your shows a lot, and 1 in 6 is fantastic. Ever consider free-for-all type episodes with 6-inch toys, Legos, Transformers, etc., with guest collectors? Well, we've had a couple of guest collectors on, and Justin, I think, might start becoming a little bit more regular.
Yeah, Justin. I mean, he loves doing the shows, and I wonder. Like, I can't imagine. I wonder if Justin ever gets mad. Like, does he ever frown?
I don't know. I've never seen anything but calm and serene.
Yeah, I have to tell you that, I mean, to me, he is the baseline of, if you want to look at, there's a lot of people who've done figure reviews online, but I think Justin's collection, Justin Kane, is the way the New York Times used to be the newspaper, used to be the newspaper that everyone would look to for. I think Justin's collection, if you guys haven't subscribed to Justin's collection and you're interested in figures, what he does is a very no-nonsense approach. I'm surprised at how, like, he doesn't, a lot of people bitch and moan and complain. He doesn't do that, but if he doesn't like something, he'll tell you. But I love his clinical approach.
Yes.
And you really get a sense of I think his videos are really well done. I like the dulcet tones of his Australian accent, and I really appreciate his approach. And if you're interested, Justin's collection on YouTube, he's got hundreds of videos going back and reviewing all kinds of figures, as he says, figures. And I think he does a great job.
Yeah, because
I'm a huge fan of his.
If there's something he doesn't like on the figure, he will explain why.
Yeah.
So,
and not like, screw this. It's very.
It'd be like, I don't like the coat personally, because I think it's too light a tone or too dark a tone, or it's not the right texture. So there's a very and he does it in a very specific manner, so it's just good, valid criticism.
Yes. And I like that. And yet he also, the way he shoots his videos is great. You really can see the figures, and if it's a re-release or it's another version of a figure in the same line, he'll compare and contrast. He does he's very professorial in his approach to, if there's such a thing, to 6-scale figures. And I think it's great. And I think anybody who's interested in collecting 6-scale figures would do themselves a favor and subscribe to his channel. Although I warn you, I'll just say that you'll ruin your life in terms of your finances. And if you start delving into his channel, you should warn people, tell people, I just started watching Justin's collection. If I can't pay for my rent anymore, can you help me out? Because it's an affliction.
I will send a food package of noodles, beans, some bread, once every couple of weeks or so for you to live off. The rest's up to you. Calftron again with a $5. As you kind of look like a Cyberman, shave and get a silver jumper and boosh. What I kind of look like a little bit like a Mondasian Cyberman, actually. Yeah. I'm not pale as well. I don't need to put silver on. Just need to take my top off. Dougie with a £5. Just made my first purchase.
Oh, we love that.
Yeah, another virginity taken.
Yeah, virginity is gone.
Sent you a tweet of Gimli, Gandalf the Grey figure, pre-ordered next month. Thanks, Asden Robert. Congratulations, your cherry has been bought. Ding dong. Laughing Kuru with a $5. Sup, guys? Couldn't send a chat in a while because I had to pay up for the SH Monster Arts Biolante special color version.
That is a great figure. Oh, I love that figure.
I like the name Biolante. Mark Deckard with a $2. How did we get a DC Hero series preaching ACAB? Because they put an absolute fucking moron in charge of it.
Why not? By the way, do you know what we didn't address? Because it came out, we didn't talk about when we were showing things that happened this week. HAWT Toys in their Echo base in Hong Kong put up a Zack Snyder's Justice League thing of all their toys, and you know what they included in it? Cyborg. So they didn't come right out and say it, but they put it in there very specifically, and it was in, somebody took pictures of it, and Cyborg. I mean, Justin alluded to maybe they'd do it, but it looks like we might get a Cyborg because we need the whole Justice League.
Echo base.
Matter of fact, you know what? I think I have the picture somewhere. I could.
Yeah, if you Hong Kong.
Yeah, I can send it to you. I can send it to you on Twitter.
Let's have a look. I put Hong Kong. Hong Kong. Hong Kong. Hong Kong.
As I'm looking.
No, there's no.
Oh, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it because Justin and I were going back and forth on this one, and I need.
Here,
I'll put it on Twitter. I find it. I'll find it.
Put it on stick it in my DMs.
Yes.
Stick it in my DMs, baby. What's this one? Oh!
Uh-oh. I found it. I'm going to send it to you.
Look at that Dark Side statue.
Yeah, that's bruh. Is that the Weta statue?
This is the Weta Workshop statue.
Dude, I gotta get that shit.
Bruh.
I love Dark Side. Come on now.
Oh yeah. Oh god, I need a 1-in-6 Dark Side.
Well, I do too. I mean, you think like it would be decidedly metal to get one, and I hope I can get that. I would love to get that, damn it. Okay, I put it is in your Twitter DMs. The picture that was taken at Echo Base in Hong Kong, a poster for, and what's interesting about this picture is it's got obviously the black suit Superman, and Nightmare Batman, but it also has Cyborg, and the Cyborg looks like it's a figure.
It does look like it's a figure.
Yeah.
With a light up eye and a light up.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that and not follow through now.
No, I mean that means they have a prototype, I would imagine. And you know, the Justice League Aquaman, I slept on that, but I pre-ordered it, and it was one of those figures I was paying off, and then Sideshow ran out like the Dark Side Anakin Skywalker. So, not to be mad, but if they re-release Aquaman, which I think they should, and maybe give it a bigger head because the head's a little small.
Yeah,
but I do want that Aquaman figure. But there you go.
I don't have that one, the Justice League one, but I do have the Aquaman.
Yeah, I got to get the Aquaman. I love that.
And I do like that one.
I mean, what do you think? This is a real picture. Do you think this is Hot Toys saying, yes, we're going to do Cyborg?
I mean, it looks like a figure. It looks like a prototype.
Yeah.
And if they've got a prototype, all they got to do is gauge interest.
Yeah.
And I think it would go. I think it would sell. People want
I think so too.
They want the complete Justice League.
Yep. By the way, do you know if I have a 6 scale dark side, this bad boy is going to take him on.
Oh yeah, Darkseid versus Thanos.
Oh yeah,
Infinity Gauntlet versus Omega Beams.
I mean, yeah, maybe I'll finally put the batteries in his Infinity Gauntlet, which I should. I love this figure so much.
I love my Thanos.
Isn't it great? I just keep him. Now I want to get the battle damage Thanos, which I'm already starting to pay off, but because I want to do my Thanos triptych.
I want.
Give
that. No, oh, I think. Hey, by the way, I think the Batman Beyond figure is due for release very soon.
Yeah, somebody actually. There's a Batman Beyond super chat that you haven't read yet.
I just it now. Yeah, that nobody guy with a $10. Do either of you have any Batman Beyond? What are your thoughts on the series? I love it, especially old Bruce Wayne.
I
wanted live action forever, but not in the current era.
Batman Beyond. I loved Batman Beyond. I thought it was a great series, and I have to say the upcoming. So Hot Toys has done the Arkham video game series, and the one Hot Toy I had to get because Az showed it was Deathstroke, but that Batman Beyond figure they did, which I have on pre-order, I love it, and I want to make Terry McGinnis. I'm just calling him Terry. It's got to be Terry McGinnis, right? Yeah. I want to do a display when I get my Modu cases, Deathstroke and that Batman Beyond figure, which is badass. Look at that figure. That figure is badass. He is going to fight the Terminator. Check that out.
Look at that.
And again, that's from the Arkham game, but oh God, I love this figure. Wow.
I saw this. I was immediately in love.
Bruh.
I was like, need.
And I know people are like, well, Rob, that's not canonical to the animated series. I know. But this interpretation of the character is so cool. And put next to the Arkham Terminator, I mean, I want these guys to fight.
This is Terry McGinnis at 35.
Yeah, and I'll put in Batgirl for good measure.
What I've got here on pre-order as well. So this is just dope. Look at that freaking
bruh.
Look at that Batarang, man.
Yeah, and it's funny. I don't know, because these aren't from movies and stuff; they're from video games. I don't care if figures keep their value or whatever, but I really like I didn't get a lot of the Arkham Asylum figures, but they're really good. They're really good figures.
I was eyeing up an Arkham Knight, not an Arkham Knight. What's the first Arkham Asylum? The first game I was actually eyeing up yesterday. A 1 in 6 Batman.
Yeah,
where he's
look at that. Look at that. That figure is dope.
Oh yeah, it's that is pretty smexy.
Yeah.
But we've got that on order. Nobody guy. Ken B with a $5. Thanks to the two of you. I'm on my second hot toy in 2 months. First Nightmare Batman / Superman. Now Batman Begins Batman.
Nice. Good for you.
Don't be.
Well, by the way, it's great because you're gonna have to wait 18 months for Nightmare Batman and Superman, but this might show up in a month. So, and then look, they're like in America. Do you have Lay's potato chips? Do they sell Lay's Lays potato chips?
I am aware of Lay's potato chips, but
okay,
yeah,
they're. I've been eating them since I was a little kid, thanks to my mom. The slogan for Lay's potato chips is "No one can eat just one."
Okay. I think Lay's are, we call them Walker's Crisps. I think they're the same company.
Could be, but I'm just, once you have a hot toy in hand, and you open the box and it's collector friendly and you pull apart the whole, just so you know, it's a lifelong affliction. It's it's like the herpes of action figures. You can't get rid of it. And here's the thing, it flares up every couple of months, man. There's nothing you can do. It's like, there's no salve, there's no antibiotics. It just happens, man. Just so you know.
Try and take that analogy and make it positive, because that's
that's probably not the best analogy in the world. It just popped into my head.
Jamie Elf with a $5 kaiju lover here didn't appreciate Godzilla versus Kong at all. It was a disaster. Now that I'm retired, I'm starting a toy collection. Where does a girl like me start hunting? Sideshow.com.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of places I would say that the Toys Wonderland, Sideshow.com, and Big Bad Toy Store are you're not a fan? Big Bad Toy Store?
No, I banged my burn.
You banged your burn?
Yeah, I just banged my burn again.
Oh. But those are the places, and also eBay. I have to say, there's a lot of third-party sellers, and there's a lot of customizers and people that. And also, I have to say, 1/6 outfitters in the United States is pretty good as well. Even though I've never actually received anything from them, I have a lot on pre-order from them.
Yeah.
A lot of them are third-party figures, but those are sort of the four. And there's also, if I can give a shout out to an old company, Monkey Depot. Monkey Depot is a place that I've been ordering figures from for over 15 years. They used to specialize in military figures, but they're pretty damn good, and I really like their customer service. So it's just one word, monkeydepot.com. And, I've never talked to those people, but I've always appreciated them. And they were the people that got me my Sylvester Stallone figure, the 6-scale Judge Dredd that came out recently. And so I had it on pre-order with them for like 2 years, and I'd write them. I'm like, is this figure coming out? And they're like, nope, it's coming out. You pre-order, you're going to get it. And when it did, big fan of Monkey Depot.
Geek Raw with a $5. Did you pre-order the Jazz Inc. 1/6 scale Snowspeeder?
Yes, I did. I did. I might have been paying for it for months and months. It doesn't come out, another thing, in 2022? My God, I can't even imagine what that. I mean, it's going to be huge.
Huge. Yeah. I mean, yes.
And I'll tell you, like, as an aside, Hot Toys announced that they're doing a Luke Skywalker pilot figure. Now there have been,
I have it on pre-order.
Yeah, Kenner did one. Sideshow's done a pilot figure. The Hot Toys pilot figure is amazing, and I think it's a Snowspeeder pilot figure, maybe. And I just want to say that the only reason that I wasn't going to necessarily get one, but the reason that I got one was because I pre-ordered the Snowspeeder. So the Snowspeeder directly led me to paying for, and of course it fits 2 figures.
Yeah.
So you need 2 pilots.
Yeah, because you got to get Dax in there.
You got Dax got to be in there. I need a dead Dak, like maybe only a head sculpt. Dead Dak. Dak.
Yeah.
Right now, I feel like I can take on the whole empire myself.
No, you're gonna die, bitch. Calftron with a $2. What did you both think of McGowan in The Phantom? It's been 20 years since I've seen.
It was good to see him. You know what? I've actually always felt. I'm going to be honest with you. I've always felt sad about Patrick McGowan's career after The Prisoner because I feel his genius went unsung, and I don't think he ever delivered bad performances. I mean, being in Braveheart, being in Cronenberg's Scanners, Ice Station Zebra, he was in so many great things. He always classed up the joint. But I always wondered what he would have been like if he could have been in the creative seat the way he was in The Prisoner. What might he have wrought?
I mean, yeah, he was in control of his own destiny.
I know. Yeah, it's true.
He turned down James Bond. He was offered the role of Bond.
I would have loved to have seen it. I would love to have seen him as Bond after Connery.
But he was, he was a person that was into his craft, not necessarily the fame and the fortune of it. It was the craft for him, and you could tell that obviously by The Prisoner.
Yeah.
So I don't he did some great episodes of Columbo as well because he loved Peter Falk. And
he was great. He kept coming back, and the stuff he did, and he showed his funny side. And with those episodes, he was a humorous man.
Oh yeah,
and I
think he's the most the most returned villain, Patrick McGowan.
Yeah.
But him and Peter Falk were really good friends.
And they were so good together.
Oh yeah. The chemistry between the two characters was epic. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us. Because I am nervous that Rob does have a show.
Oh no, I'm good. Okay. I got time.
But that brings us to the end of the show, and my God, that was I feel like I've had sex.
I did have one more thing to show. If you want me to show something, one more thing.
Yeah. Okay.
So one of the other things that I enjoy, with aside from action figures with chairs, is civilian action figures like characters.
Yeah.
So this is from Iron Man 2. I just spit on it. I just spit on the cover. Tony Stark arc reactor creation. It is a Tony Stark figure that I don't know why I bought. Actually, I do know why I bought this. I bought this because it's Tony Stark in civilian garb. Right, he's in civilian garb, and here's he comes with lots of accessories. Here he is, but
nice.
he comes with Captain America's unbuilt shield.
Yeah,
and I bought this figure. I'll take it out. I bought this figure. I mean, and again, this figure is got to be what, 6 or 7 years old, probably.
Yeah.
So like,
I've got the mechanic on pre-order.
Yeah. So. As it's falling off, it's falling off of the thing it was on. Let me just put it on here so I can get it. So it comes with this, which I loved, the unbuilt Captain America shield that Tony Stark is making.
Yeah, he uses it, doesn't he? When he's setting all the wiring, he uses it to straighten the.
Yeah, and he's working on. What I love about this is you can see it. He's making his. Well, you can see it this way. He's making his arc reactor. It comes with, I'm building this, and then it comes with, it's so funny because here's Tony Stark in a black t-shirt and black jeans or whatever, and this is it. I mean, how many people buy civilian figures? But it does light up, and he does have, I guess I can't pull his shirt up all the way, but he does have his arc reactor. Yeah. And you can light him up so you can see it through his clothes. And I think this was some kind of an exclusive or something. And it does come with an actual blueprints of the arc reactor.
Yeah.
That you can spread out. And it comes with a table, but no chair.
Oh.
I know. So I pulled this out to show today, and I'll save the Adam West Batman to show it another time. But I love that's why I bought these 6-scale video game consoles I have, Asteroids, Tempest.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to do a thing where Steve Rogers and Tony Stark are competing against each other for video games. So
can you get like an air hockey?
You know what? Somebody must. I have never looked into that, but somebody must make a 6-scale air hockey game or a foosball table.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh.
That would be pretty. Oh, wait. One of your $5, your super chat just popped up.
Well, Mark Arsenal with a 5 Canadian, Soul of Chigokin, GX89 Gamilas ship arrived today. The features interact with the GX86 Yamato. Cannons trigger explosions on the other. So awesome.
There it is. Dun, 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 dun. This is what he's talking about. And yes, it does. Although, here's the thing. This is from Space Battleship Yamato 2202. I only have the 2199 Soul of Shigoken. So this, while I have this, which is what our viewer has, which is what Mark has, it does not interact with my... I don't have the Soul of Shigoken 2202, which I need so they can fight.
Oh,
I know. Elizabeth's like, you don't need that. I'm like, yes, honey. I do. I love just the Soul of Shigoken line, though.
And then Radio Man 1017 with a $5. I have 2 hot toys, Doctor Strange and Stan Lee. I haven't opened either because I'm frightened to pop the Jedi.
Oh, come on.
Get him out.
Yeah.
As I say to a lady with a substantial rack, get him out.
The Doctor Strange hot toy is beautiful.
Yeah.
And so is that. I don't know. Did he say does he have the Ragnarok Stan Lee or the Guardians of the Galaxy Stan Lee?
It doesn't say, just say Doctor Strange and Stan Lee.
I would assume it's the new Ragnarok Stan Lee.
The hairdresser.
The hairdresser, which is both, and the Guardians of the Galaxy Stan Lee. They're both great.
In the astronaut outfit.
Yeah.
And then I was a postman. That was great. And that brings us to the end of the show. God damn, there's some beautiful stuff that was shown off there and some beautiful stuff that we saw for pre-order.
Man, I'll tell you.
Many a person has lost their shirts today.
Yeah. Oh, Purple Valkyrie is like saying free the toys in the chat. My girlfriend Elizabeth has betrayed me. She's turned everyone against me. She's going to come in here. It'll be like storming the Capitol. She's going to come in here and just take all of my toys. And opening the boxes.
Boxes everywhere.
Because I keep showing things that she doesn't even know I have. So she's like, you have that? No, baby. It's no. I do.
No. Well, maybe. Can't have it. But I can. Robert, thank you so much. That's a great show.
It was a fantastic show. I love doing this stream with you. I feel young, as Kirk said, as when the world was new in Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan.
Oh, William, happy 90th, by the way, Bill.
I know, 90 years old. Captain Kirk, the ultimate hot toy.
Oh,
James
hell
C.
yeah.
Kirk, 90 years old. We'll do this next week on my channel. Maybe
yes,
Justin will come back. Do you have anything you might have arriving in the next week?
There's going to be some stuff showing off next week.
I think, I might have to, that whole pile of loot business, might have to take care of that. So I have stuff to show next week.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, Jabba's coming up.
Yeah, you got to open that shit, son.
Jabba is coming up. At the moment, it's a cat scratching post.
I mean, I'm dying to see that. Come on, dude.
So Jabba's coming up. Probably Captain America.
Well, yeah. How come you get your Captain America? I get shit. Come on, man. What do you got? Some British?
Come on, man.
It's Captain America, and my favorite Yorkshire man's gonna get Steve Rogers before me.
I was good boy, and Santa was like, okay. AFK Bard with a $5. Dang it, RMB. I just bought that, Tony.
Well, I don't.
Judging by those emojis, that isn't a decision that you regret. So that's okay. Well, I've got the mechanic on pre-order, and I'm looking forward to when that gets done.
Yeah. I mean, it's. I've also got the Iron Man 3 gantry that I've never opened. You know, and again, because I've had nowhere to put it, but the Moji cases are big enough that you can put them in there.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's something that that's what I love about those the DX Moji cases is you can finally set everything up.
We want Jabba, people saying, we want Jabba.
I know.
Well, it's been in his box long enough. Reet, massive thank you to everyone who turned up today and supported the stream. Really, really grateful for that. Everyone who hit the super chat button, extra special thank you to you too as well. Let's just be honest, it's kind of hot toys.
Mm-hmm.
It's an addiction.
It is an addiction.
Big thanks to my mods for moderating what's probably the most serene chat in history, but
we got a little political though. We did.
Oh yeah, yeah. But they like put out the links and they do stuff like that, so it's like really cool. So thank you, mods, and thank you, of course, Robert. We shall be on your channel same time. We're back to the regular time now, 8 p.m. British summertime, which is midday Pacific time. Over on which we'll be doing Fully Articulated.
Yes, and again, I would like to thank you, Az, for hosting this. And I have to say that, you know, it's so strange. And I think one of the great things about YouTube is to meet people you didn't necessarily know. You and I met on a stream. We did 18 prisoner shows.
Yeah.
How many episodes of this have we done?
I'm pretty sure this is the 9th. I could count. It's
9th on your channel and
8th or the 9th on mine. Yeah.
So we might have done a total of, so almost a year's worth of shows together.
Yeah.
During COVID. And I just want to say that one of the great things about YouTube is to meet like-minded friends that I feel like we've known each other our whole lives. And one day I really look forward to coming to Yorkshire, probably with Elizabeth.
Yeah.
We will sit down and go to whatever local pub you have that hopefully will still be open and enjoy ourselves and maybe wouldn't it be great to do a live broadcast together? Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. I look, I want to get sorted here. You know, it's so much just closed down. All my gyms have closed down. Yeah. But we're starting to open back up at the moment. Yeah, here too. So I'm gonna find what I can find. I need to get my ass into gear, get rid of some timber, and it'd be great to either go across or people coming across and to be able to do a live stream with people here, you know. Yeah, I mean, I've met so many people over the last year during this whole lockdown that I really feel like it would be so much fun to get back into international travel. I haven't been back to London since 2012 or to the UK since 2012. I'd love to come back, and it would be so much fun to just meet people and stream with people like Dieter Bastian, who I stream with in Germany, like rent a car and just drive through Europe and go, well, who are we streaming with today? You know, and it would be great. Today's menu. Yes, it'd be fantastic. But folks, this show isn't anything without you guys tuning in, and you've been tuning in massive numbers. So I really do appreciate that. We shall be back next week, same bat time, same bat channel. Until then, be seeing you. You know, that's a salute. That is a